Hey everybody, how you doing today? Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. It's Uncle Bruce here from Creston, British Columbia, Canada, just north of the U.S. border, where we are being notified today that Canadians cannot cross the U.S. border for another month. We cannot come down there by car for another month till at least September 21st. That will be released officially today, but the word is already out. The Canadian border for Canadians, we can't cross into the USA. USA will not let us in by land, even if we're vaccinated, what have you. We can fly in, but we cannot drive in, and that is another extension for another 30 days. Americans are allowed into Canada as of the 9th of August with proof of vaccination and negative testing, but the other way around cannot be done. So America remains closed to, I'm imagining it's Canadian and any Mexicans as well, like the two borders, to drive in for a casual what have you. The only way into the U.S., I think, by land, is you have to have some kind of a valid reason to come in other than I just want to hang out. You have to have something like, I don't know, a medical appointment or a family emergency. I have no idea. There's no way Jen and I can cross the border with our vehicle at this point in time. So we can't go down to Coeur d'Alene. We can't head down there and pick up our favorite ice cream at Costco. I can't get myself a chicken bake. Nothing like that at Costco. So we're landlocked here. This just continues on, unfortunately. A tremendous frustration for Canadians, those of us who've been vaccinated. We've done all the protocols, and doesn't make a damn bit of difference. But on the other hand, we are, very aware of the fact that just south of us, there are problems, and the deniers of the deniers saying there's nothing wrong down here. But yeah, we're noticing, and of course, many of us who do want to cross the border to the USA are older. We're not younger. We're older, and we are the most vulnerable group, actually, to want to come down south and spend the winter time, because many of us, either directly or through friends and relatives, have property that we own or have access to in many of the southern states, and that we love to spend the wintertime in the U.S., spending our hard-earned Canadian converted dollars. And now this is going to be the second winter, perhaps, that we can't go. Obviously, I don't know how long this is going to last. Is September 21 the last time, and then we're good to go? We were hoping June and July, we were hoping it would be done, because there was strong rumors that the border would be open for July 4th. Strong rumors about that. Unfortunately, that never came to pass. Now there were strong rumors in the last few weeks that we'd be open now for Labor Day. That's not happening. So goodbye summer, all of summer travel for the USA. Now it looks like fall travel is in jeopardy, and for Canadians making plans, to take a 2-week, 3-week vacation, or a 6-month winter, 5-month winter sojourn, we're now talking trouble, because obviously, can you imagine how many potential resorts in the U.S., how many thousands of resorts in the USA are now worried that Canadians might not be coming this year as well as last year to spend a month or 2 or 3 down in the U.S. I mean, it's bad news, man. It is really bad news, and the economic fallout is huge for certain communities in the USA, certain states that really rely on the Canadian retiree to come on down and enjoy. Now, flying in is still all right, and so theoretically, Jen and I can fly down and rent a car when we get to the U.S., and we're okay. I was taking a look yesterday for fun, just for fun. I thought, okay, what if we flew down on October, I think it was a Saturday, the 15th of October, something like that, and we were going to stay 2 weeks in America. Fly from Calgary to Phoenix or Vegas or Ontario or LAX, one of these spots. What I wanted to know was, if we flew in and we wanted to rent a car, what would it cost us to rent a car in the United States? Because we're hearing all these nightmare stories about car rental rates just through the roof. And I thought, well, let's see if we can rent a car for 2 weeks. Get away from the daily rate, get into a weekly rate, see what happens. And the cheapest car rental, surprisingly, was Palm Springs, California. That was the cheapest. I was surprised at that. I thought, well, LAX would be, lots of cars always available. LAX, Phoenix should be lots of cars. Vegas was the worst. Vegas is the most expensive. So forget about flying to Vegas and renting a car and heading to California. Forget about that. But Palm Desert was the cheapest. But we're still talking about for a mini little econo box. We're talking $550 a week for an econo box for a piece of crap. So you're into a little mini Hyundai or whatever you're into. Impossible for Jen and I. We have so much crap we're bringing with us. We each bring in a large suitcase, a carry-on suitcase. No can do. Got to be a mid-size, full-size. And of course, today's full-size car in the car rental business is a Chevy Malibu. And in the mechanics call Chevy Malibus Malibubus because they always break down. Chevy Malibubus. That's a full-size car now, a Malibu. You piece of crap. Those are about $1,400 a week. $1,400 for 2 weeks. $100 a day. $100 American a day for a crap Chevrolet Malibu. That is how bad it is, and it's just intolerable, and it makes many Canadians second guess even the thought of coming down. You forget the airfare. The airfare might be a bargain. It might not be a bargain. As a matter of fact, I found an airfare from October 15 to October 30 to London at the same price as the airfare from Calgary to Phoenix. $705 a person return to fly 2.5 hours, 3 hours. $705 per person from Calgary to Phoenix. $705 a person on British Airways to London for 9 hours. I'm better off going to Europe. What do I need to go to America for? I can't afford America, and America doesn't want us. They don't want us to come down because they're putting up the wall. You got to wonder just what is going on. It is insanity. The reopening thing and everything else, but I can see why America doesn't want me. I mean, I'm critical. I sometimes comment about it. I don't know, kids. It's unbelievable. Speaking of not wanting things, people don't want to make money right now. The Dow is down 145 points on the pre-market. It's not like a nasty, god-awful, 500 point, 800 point pre-market drop. It's 145 points. It's a nothing burger. S&P's down 14. NASDAQ is down half a point. This market, it can turn on a dime into the positive. It is oversold. The bow and arrow, it has been pulled back, and all you got to do is let her go, and we're up. We're up for a run here. It's a question of which stocks will run the most, which stocks will not. But is that going to happen on the opening, or half an hour in, or an hour and a half in? Like, what is the sell wave waiting for us, if there is one, on the opening on the markets, Dow, NASDAQ? Will that come and go, and then we're free and clear? We move on from there. I don't know. I can tell you that in the pre-market on some of the stocks we're following, I've got Matterport up 3 cents to $13.90. I've got SoFi up 16 cents to $13.98 at the moment. SoFi has traded 136,000 shares SoFi, but Matterport has traded 2,400. So there's nada going on here. It's really quiet, and not a lot to get excited about. As far as other stocks go, We've got 23andMe showing at $7.97, now $8, down 3 cents. GameStop is showing 153.15 right now, up a quarter. Very quiet there. ATIP, physical therapy, 370, no change. I don't have a quote yet on Sextera. Excuse me, Spire. Let's see if there's anything on Spire Global. I'm not showing any pre-market trading on Spire. I'm showing last night's aftermarket at 9:16, up 31 cents. But I have nothing in the morning for this morning at the moment on Spire. So I don't have a lot to talk to you about there. My title of my video today, the title of the show that I put on it is basically, is there too much money out there? Is there too much money out there in the economy for the and I guess I can add to that title by saying, is there too much cash out there for the Federal Reserve? Is there too much cash out there for the liking of the U.S. Treasury, for the economy as a whole, for the markets? What's going on? Because overnight, banks that have cash on hand that they have not lent out, and keep in mind, folks, there are banks out there, investment banks and various levels of financing, where companies borrow money overnight. They borrow money for 24 hours, 48 hours. They'll borrow $500 million for payroll today, making payroll. And then by tomorrow afternoon, receivables coming into the company, more than 500 million is coming in, and they pay the overnight loan off. It's just cash flow stuff, because every 2 weeks, employees have to be paid en masse. And some companies have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of employees. So they're cutting, payments to their flock to the tune of $1 billion in payroll every 2 weeks or every month. And so they need to flow the funds through. They bring in $2 billion a month, but they spend $1 billion on salary, and they pay $200 million in rent, and they pay this and that and that. And so you have money in, money out, and some days you have more money coming in than you need, and other days you have less money coming in than you need to issue. And so you need these overnight loans, these 2-day loans, 1-week loan. Bankers are more than happy to accommodate these kinds of companies on their financing needs, no question about it. But at the end of the day, you add up all the banks in the USA, look at their balance sheets, and one bank will say, we got $5 million left over today. We didn't have a drawdown on our reserves. Other banks are sitting there going, well, we got $100 million left over. Others are, we're negative $25 million. We borrowed $25 million today from the Fed to get us overnight, and then tomorrow we'll be back up. It will be okay. So they pay the Fed funds rate overnight for $25 million, and then the next day they flow positive. Anyway, at the end of the day, right now, as I am sitting here talking to you on the 20th of August, Friday in 2021, last night the U.S. banking system had $1.1 trillion, 1.1 trillion with a T, extra cash that they were not using. And that money was transferred electronically at the end of the day yesterday to the Federal Reserve for an overnight deposit to be withdrawn back in today, back into the bank's bank accounts. And they earned interest on that money overnight. And the interest is about 0.1% a year. So it's still a lot of money. I mean, $1.1 trillion, that's still, a lot of money. But it shows me, it should show you what this means is there is more money in the banking system than the banks need on average. Now, one bank in Washington State might be doing a drawdown for Microsoft or Amazon's payroll, and they're in the hole. Another bank in Maryland is doing banking for their clients and their credit. They're on the plus side. It all evens out. There's at the end of the day, it's 1.1 trillion more in cash with nowhere to go, with nowhere to lend to. That's how flush the system is right now. Now, that doesn't include stuff like, well, it does, I guess, in a way. It includes this. If you have 1.1 trillion of excess capital lying around that needs to bring in interest money overnight from some source, and that's the Fed. That's your last resort where you can get money overnight and know the next day you can get it back. Uh, that also means that the reports we keep hearing about, I keep hearing about, of Americans, this is U.S. figures because this is these are the big numbers that we like to talk about. In America, there's about $4 trillion, $4 trillion of cash in Americans' savings accounts right now. That's a record. That's like the highest number of all time. And even if inflation adjusted, it is a record number. It is a huge amount of money. There is a wall of money, a reserve of cash that is not being used aggressively by Americans right now, just in their savings accounts. Now, a lot of Americans have trillions of dollars of equity built up in real estate. Because in the last 2 years, a year and a half in particular, a lot of Americans' real estate holdings have risen dramatically in value. And so you have a ton of Americans out there who theoretically could waltz into their local bank right now and say to them, listen, I want to get a home equity loan. I want to get a new car. I want to do a renovation on my house. Whatever the needs are. I want to reorganize my finances. I've got some credit card debt, and I got an old car loan, and I got a small debit here. I just want to clean all this up and have some cash lying around. I don't want to sell my house because I'm happy where I am, but I want to get equity out of my house because it's now worth this much money, much more than what I owe on it. Can I borrow money? And the bankers are going, yeah, oh, sure, you can. You want to borrow money? Oh, yeah, please come in and borrow money. We have money sloshing around like we don't know what to do with it. We literally send money to Washington every night and give it to them overnight to get interest on it because we got 1.1 trillion as a banking community. So homeowner loans, second mortgages, and all that, wide open business here, wide open. Of course, a lot of people would like to buy a new vehicle right now. They'd like to get themselves a new F-150 pickup truck with all the bells and whistles, or they want to buy an RV, go camping this summer maybe. There's people who are watching me going, I want to borrow $100,000 against my house, and I want to buy IBM stock with it and just take in the 4.5% yield. I just want to do that. Because I can borrow money at 2% and 3% and get 4.5%. Just listening to Uncle Bruce doing this. I'd like to do that. And so there's trillions and trillions more of capital at the ready to be unleashed by the American consumer in equity in homes. A lot of Americans have, in the last year and a half, paid down debt because they've reduced their overhead spending by not commuting to work anymore, working from home. They have been systematically paying down their credit card debts and paying off their loans, not taking out new loans. This is bad news for banks. This is bad news because this shows how much cash is coming into them, and they're not pushing that cash back out. They can't get it out. There's no takers. Corporate America right now is drowning in cash, drowning in it. Most big American corporations are just sitting on hordes of cash, billions of dollars of capital, and they have nowhere to put it either. They've maxed out their share buyback allowables. 5% a year is the maximum you can do of all your stock outstanding. It's all you can do. So Apple is maxed out at $90 billion right now. $90 billion is all Apple is allowed to use to buy its own stock back. They have more money than that available, but they're not allowed to buy more than that back. Amazing. That's another reason why the markets are near or at all-time record highs. There's more cash lying around available for anything. Ford right now is not going to build a new factory. Ford right now can't invest in anything new because they can't get parts to build the cars that they are trying to build. I mean, they can't get their F-150s out of their lots at their factories because they're not completed. This just goes on and on and on and on. And this is permeating through the entire economy. There are Americans who are trying to get new stoves and fridges for their renovated homes, and they're back ordered. Washers and dryers are back ordered, depending on the model. Obviously, not every single. It's not impossible to find it, but it's very difficult. Lots of small things are back ordered, little parts for finishing this machine, that machine, what have you. Air conditioning units are in short supply in hot regions of the United States. They can't find air. They can't buy an air conditioner. Fans can't buy fans. Fans are out of supply. China has problems. China has got the variant issue rearing its ugly head, and their container ship ports are in turmoil. Hong Kong, Shanghai, and a number of other ports are under unbearable stress, and they are way behind in getting their containers out. Containers full of parts, containers full of finished goods that are not going to factories around the world and or distribution centers around the world to do business with. This is bad news. Again, it's showing how much cash is lying around waiting to do business. Cash is waiting to do business and can't do business. And this is why I think the stock market will go higher. The stock market will actually go higher. And as I am speaking to you, it is going higher. The Dow is now only down 92 points. S&P is down 8, and NASDAQ is plus 14. Oil down $1.33 a barrel to 62.36. Why is oil down? Lack of demand for the product. Why? Because container ships aren't moving. Planes aren't flying. People aren't driving. Canadians can't drive to the United States. There are a couple of million of us, maybe 3 million, 4 million Canadians who want to get in our RVs, get in our cars, get in the old SUV, fire them up and head south and drive 1,500 miles. You know how much gas we're going to use up to go down there? 1,500 miles. Each vehicle wants to head down to California, Arizona, Texas, Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, you name it, all the way down to the U.S. We all want to go down. We cannot go south. That is millions and millions and millions of gallons of gasoline not being utilized. Now, the tree huggers at the Sierra Club have got to be going, this is great. This is fantastic. Oh, the ecology and the environment is going to be spared because millions of tons of pollutants aren't going into the air right now. Yeah, I guess you're right. To a degree, that's true. Although Canadians now, we kind of drive around here a little bit, but not like we would like to go down south. There's money sitting on the sidelines with nothing to do. And it is staggering how much it is. And the Europeans have the same problem. They've got the same problem. There are 400 million Europeans, 450 million on the continent between the UK and everything else with cash in their bank accounts. They've got a higher standard of living than we have over here. They have a much better standard of living than we have. We think we're king poop. We're not king. Europeans have a better standard of living than we have. They're drowning in cash. Their debt levels are much lower than ours. Their retirement plans are superior to almost all of us. I mean, very few North Americans have a better retirement plan than Europeans have. And the Europeans are drowning in money. They're dying to go on a holiday. They are given 6 weeks mandatory a year as it is. Some have, with seniority, have got 12 weeks a year of holiday time. This is why their lifespan is longer than us. They live longer than we do by upwards of a decade because they have an easier life after age 50. We don't. Drowning in cash. Europeans just drowning in money. The European central banks drowning in money. Nowhere to go. There's nowhere for the money to go. It is staggering. It's just staggering. Germany has a surplus. In the middle of a pandemic, Germany has a surplus. They had a surplus going into the pandemic. They still have a surplus in the middle of their pandemic. They will have a surplus, federal government surplus, after the pandemic. Germany is drowning in too much cash coming from its taxpayers. What are they doing with it? They are piling the dough up for retirees. They're making sure their schools are well funded. University is paid for. All Medicare, all healthcare costs are covered. Um, the standard of living, it's going to the standard of living to the average German, and it just rises and rises and rises. And the folks over there look at us over here and go, what you guys nuts? What's wrong with you guys? Why don't you make your government spend money on you instead of on guns and tanks and planes? Why don't why don't you put your money into healthcare, and why don't you add like a dental plan to Medicare, and why don't you add hearing aids as a government thing? Why not eye care for every North American? Why isn't that standard? Well, you guys are walking around blind, toothless, and you don't hear a damn thing. What's with you guys? Here in Europe, it's all covered. We're all everything. There's no, we don't have to worry about eyeglasses expenses or hearing aids that are $5,000 a pair and getting ripped off by all these hearing aid companies, or dental prices that are just unthinkably expensive. I mean, it's all covered, and it's all government controlled, so that these medical practitioners don't rip us off like you guys get ripped off in the U.S. and Canada. Why aren't you voters so upset that you make the politicians do what you want them to do? Because don't you elect them over there? Like, don't you have votes? I thought you voters over there were in charge of your country, but it doesn't seem like. It looks like the politicians are in charge of you instead of you in charge of them. Europeans are very confused with what we do over here. They're totally confused. French in particular, in France, oh my gosh, the French government, the French politicians fear their voters. I'm not talking about respect. They fear their voters at every turn, because their voters will walk on the street like that. They will show up en masse in downtown, wherever, to protest any kind of cutback on social services. It is unthinkable that a government would try any kind of a cutback. Not going to happen. There's other spending you can cut. You don't have to cut services to people. It's amazing. The Europeans look at us and go, you guys are like getting kicked around by these old farts. Why do you have these 85-year-old senators who were born in the 20s telling you how to live your life in 2021? What is that? I mean, these guys don't even know what a computer is. I mean, why do you keep reelecting these morons? Well, yeah, there you go. The politicians in Europe are much younger than the politicians in North America, interestingly enough. In any event, just observations from a guy in Creston, British Columbia. That's all this is. I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm just telling you what I see is going on, and it's a lot of fun. Is it perfect in Europe? No. No. Is it perfect anywhere? No. It's not perfect anywhere. So don't think I'm trying to poo-poo one because I'm promoting the other. Just telling you the way I see it. It is just it's just different world. More good news. The Dow is now down only 67 points. S&P is down 6, and NASDAQ is up 17. Good stuff. So the answer is there too much money out there? In a way, there is too much money out there. But in a way, the money that's out there might not be being used where it could really be going to do a lot more good. But hey, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do with their dough. Everybody has to make up their own minds, and you decide what's best for you and your family, and which way to go. But I will say that based on what I can see and from my experience, the amount of capital in the banking system right now, and the amount of capital available to corporate America, and the desperate investors out there who are desperately seeking yield on their money, is showing me a number of amazing things. And one of the amazing things that I keep marveling at is, I'll mention this from time to time, our friends in the cruise line business. Cruise line companies are facing uncertainty like you cannot believe. The COVID variants right now are creating all kinds of havoc for the cruise lines, because they're trying to find a way to get their cruise ships going again out of Florida, which is a cesspool. And they're trying to get their ships from Florida to the Caribbean for these holidays. And the Caribbean countries are going, no, thank you. You coming from where? You coming from Miami? You coming from Fort Lauderdale? You're coming from Port Canaveral? And these people are coming from Texas and Florida And these other states where you can't even wear masks because it's illegal to wear masks in certain, we don't want you. We don't want you. I don't care if you've been given the vaccine or not. We don't want you guys. There are not virtually, but there are a number of Caribbean countries that will not accept cruise ships from the United States right now. It's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. They're going to delay acceptance of cruise ships leaving the United States coming to their country. So what are the cruise lines doing? They're going in circles, cruises to nowhere, or they're going to their private islands because the Bahamas is saying, well, as long as you have the ship in Castaway Cay, for say Disney, you can go to Castaway Cay and it's your own staff that's on that facility and it's just your passengers, and then you leave at sunset, you're gone, fine, then okay. But you can't come to Nassau, or you can't come to Freeport, or you can't go to Turks and Caicos, you can't go to these islands, you can't come in. Even Virgin Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, U.S. territory, but the governor and the population of the local government, they're saying no cruise ship is allowed into St. Thomas unless everyone on board is vaccinated. The problem is in Florida, you can't ask legally whether you've been vaccinated or not. You're technically allowed to get on a cruise ship without being vaccinated, technically. And the cruise lines are going, we can't guarantee. We cannot guarantee with 100% certainty that everyone on the ship has been vaccinated because we can't prove it. Because we're now finding out people are showing up with fake, counterfeit vaccination cards. The anti-vaxxers aren't stupid. They know how to get around rules. And some of them, not all of them, but there are some of them who acquire fake vaccination cards to blend in. And they may or may not be infected, and they may or may not spread it to others. The cruise lines can't prove to the St. Thomas people that everyone on board is protected. Can't do it. St. Thomas is going, no, can't come in. And this is U.S. territory. This isn't like, Barbados or somewhere else. Now, Barbados and Barbuda and Dominican Republic and every country has its own rules, has its own tolerances, and will allow either ships in or not. But more and more of them, as they are witnessing the carnage in Florida right now, the carnage in hospitals in Louisiana, Alabama, and other areas where they just refuse to get vaccinated, or the vaccination rates are ridiculously, stupidly low. They're going, no, you're not coming in here. No, thank you, not coming in. And of course, Europeans can't fly into the United States right now to go on a cruise ship. They can't come in to take a cruise. That's not a valid reason to come into the country. And so cruise lines are operating with one hand behind their back. With all that I've just said to you about cruise lines, all of that, the cruise lines can go to the bond market anytime they want and raise another $1 billion in cash, each one of them, whenever they want it. And they're only having to pay 4.5% to 5% interest. Now, it blows my mind that, first of all, it blows my mind that more than 10 or 20 brokerage firms, investment bankers in New York, will even talk to these guys, the cruise lines. Even have them come into the office to have a chat about the idea of raising additional cash. These bankers are going, we have got hundreds of billions of dollars sloshing around in our accounts that need yield. And we're desperate to find yield. And the cruise lines are coming in going, well, we need $1 billion. We have $800 million in debt maturing this summer. We want to raise $1 billion on top of a total. So we'll roll over the 800 million we owe from 10 years ago and make it a new, say, 5 or 10 year new redo. And then the extra 200 million will go to pay the fees and throw some extra money in our bank account, maybe 150 million in our bank account or whatever it is. And the bankers are saying, yeah, come on in. We can get you money at 4.5%, 5%. Good for 5 years, 7 years. We'll give you money for 7 years. Junk bond. These are junk bonds. They're rated. Every single cruise line bond that is trading right now and has been for the last year has been ranked and rated as junk bonds by every credit rating agency worthy of mentioning. So every pension fund knows, mutual fund knows, ETF knows that if you buy a bond, a cruise ship bond, you're buying junk bonds. And if you are buying junk bonds, in many cases, for the pension funds and mutual funds and so on, all these bond funds, they can't buy these bonds because their insurance that guarantees them their principal will not cover a junk bond. They will not be able to buy it. So many mutual funds or hedge funds and pension funds are forbidden by their own internal rules. They can't own and hold junk bonds. Can't do it. And others who buy junk bonds as a specialty, they do buy insurance. They buy junk bond insurance. You can actually get this stuff. There's insurance for anything. It's insurance for anything. So you can get junk bond insurance. The problem is that you're going to give up maybe 25 to 30% of your yield. Hence why the yield has to be higher, because if you're giving up 30% to the insurance company as a premium, you got to ask for more money to pay for that to have enough yield to make it worth your while to be a junk bond investor. Now, the junk bond insurance carriers might say to a hedge fund, yeah, look, you can buy Royal Caribbean bonds. Here's what we'll do for you. Here's our deal. All right. The offer is we want 25% of your interest that you're getting from the bond as a premium, and we'll only guarantee you 90% of your money. So you give these guys $100 million and they don't pay, they default, we won't pay you any interest on your money that you are owed. You're not getting that. There's no insurance on the interest. But we're taking 30% of the interest as you get it, as our premium, but we're only going to pay you 90 million out of the 100 million that you have. So you're actually only covered to 90%. You as a hedge fund have to ask yourself, is this worth my while? If I can only get 4% interest on a junk bond from Royal Caribbean, and I got to give 30% away to the insurance company, I'm left with 2.8% interest on my money, and only 90% of it is covered. This isn't a good enough deal. So what does the hedge fund do? They go to the banker in New York, the investment banker. They say, oh, well, how much does Royal Caribbean want? Oh, they're trying to raise $1 billion. What terms and conditions are you offering? What's the deal? And the banker, the broker comes in and says, well, we can give you 5.5% interest over 7 years. Now the hedge fund is going, okay, well, we're getting 5.5 gross, about 1.5 comes off the top for insurance, leaves us 4, and we got 90% coverage. Is that good enough for us? Now they look around the rest of the junk market, the bond market, and try to figure out if that's a good enough deal or not. And sometimes a 1/10 of a point difference will make money go here versus here. But I got to tell you, these hedge funds are sitting on hundreds of billions of dollars of cash that they have nowhere for it to go, and they need to have it working. And they're thinking, well, I'll buy the ship's bonds, I'll buy a chunk of them, and at least I'm bringing 4% net into the house. Because if I buy a treasury, a U.S. treasury, which is not junk, but if I buy a U.S. treasury, I'm only getting 1.2%. I mean, this is here, at least I'm getting 4. If I buy a German bond, I get negative 0.5 percentage point. So I don't want to do that. So I might as well, pick this off. Other junk bonds, after costs and insurance, you might only yield 2%, 2.25%. Where here I'm getting 4 net. So it's still a junk bond rate compared to the other junk bonds out there. But in my experience, being this old guy, I'm looking at this going, are you kidding me? Royal Caribbean can borrow money at less than 5.5%, even 4.75%. They can get money at that cheap a price. I mean, if I walked into a bank and said, I want to borrow money to buy a car, the bank's going to go to me and say it was 6% interest. And I'm looking at the bank going, hey, wait a minute, I'm a very successful YouTuber. And they go, no, you're not. I'm going, no, I have 2 channels. Yeah, we've seen them. You're not that great. You have to pay a 6% interest, Bruce, because you're just a guy. You're just a guy sitting in the living room talking to people on the internet, and you're a risky guy. Whereas with Royal Caribbean, we're happy to lend them $1 billion at 4.5%. We'd rather lend them money at 4.5%. Yeah, we know there's COVID variants, and we know that they can't get their ships into the Cayman Islands. And we know that they can only go at 40% capacity. We know that they have millions of credits they have to honor before they can make any money. We know all that, but we'll still lend the money at 4.5%. You, Bruce, and all of your viewers, friends, and relatives, you guys pay 6.5% walking into my bank right now because I need the money. I need a return on my money. But if you want a house loan, you want to get a mortgage, maybe I can get you money at 3.5%. But personal loan, don't come in here because we don't want that kind of business. And here's where there's the inequality of it all, and how many entrepreneurial Americans and Canadians and others can't get going because can't get financing. It's incredible. So how many North Americans have taken deals from their credit card companies where they get in the mail an envelope saying, hey, you've got this MasterCard with us, or this Visa card, or you've got this whatever card, and we love you, and you owe us $1,000 on a $10,000 line of credit. And you know what? How about this? How would you like 1 full year of no interest on any balance you transfer in from another credit card? How about that? Because they're so desperate to get something going. They're hoping and praying that at the end of the year, you're going to carry a debit balance with these guys, and they can now nail you 18% a year, 1.5% a month for indefinitely, and you'll just pay it because they're desperate to get business going. So they would rather offer you a deal for nothing, or a 1.99% interest rate, or a 9.9 or a 2.9. They're offering you, junk bond deals to bring money in from elsewhere. Others of you are probably getting stuff in the mail saying, oh, hey, Fred, Debbie, John, Donna, how about this? You've been automatically approved for a line of credit increase. You get the old email from your banker saying, your Visa card, we can add $5,000 to the credit line on that card. Just click this button to accept, and you got 5,000 more. Sure, at 18% interest, you can have 5,000 more. And then there are a lot of North Americans who are taking advantage of these increases, taking advantage of these zero interest deals. And I can see where some folks are taking the line of credit increase, taking it cash advance on 4,500 of that money, turning right around and transferring that balance, that debit balance, over to this zero interest promotion campaign over here. And now they owe zero interest on the money, but they have to pay a 2% fee to borrow the money in the first place, because that's where they get you going in. So now you're paying $90 to borrow 4,500. You owe $45.90. You shift that over to this card over here for zero interest or 2% interest, and now this interest rate, this card is zero, and this one is over here. And for the next year or two, you're juggling around, hoping that this card will now offer you a 0% financing deal on any transfers you do over there, and eventually you'll transfer this money over to that side, and you will keep playing this game to try to borrow money for virtually nothing. This is happening all over North America. This is happening with a lot of middle class, lower middle class consumers who are scrambling right now to be involved in the game. They're trying to stay in the game. Maybe they're working from home. Maybe they're not working from home. They're on unemployment, and they're juggling debts, or they are employed, but they're underemployed. And so far, the credit card companies are still extending them opportunities to borrow and everything else. So there are others, of course, out there who have exhausted all levels of financing to get by and are now carrying unbearable debt and have no revenue coming in. And there's the potential bankruptcy waves. That we'll have to see what happens eventually as well. Unbelievable. But in the big picture, there's too much money in the system. The money can't find places to go, safe places to go. The Dow right now is down 7 points as we are coming into the last 15 minutes before we open for the day. We're going to be positive in just a minute. We're now only down 4 points. The S&P is up 1/3 of a point. NASDAQ is up 35 points at this moment in time. The markets are coming on and coming on and coming on. The markets will go higher this year. They will continue to rise to record highs and continue higher. There will be no end to this. The infrastructure deal that is out there past the Senate now has to go through the House. If and when that's all done, that will add fuel to the fire for the U.S. economy. That is a really good thing. But at the moment, we're all kind of waylaid here. Politicians are on holiday right now. They're not in Washington. And they're all hearing about it from their constituents, good and bad and everything else. And the midterms are coming up. There's a lot of pressure here, but there's a lot of money in the system that continues to move on. We're down 1 point. Now we're up 4 points on the Dow in the pre-market. We are positive 4 points on the Dow right now, and we're positive 2.3 on the S&P. Dow's now plus 8, and we're up 38 on NASDAQ. So the markets have gone green with 13 minutes to go before we open for the day. That is where we're at right now. I was wondering about the first hour being the last of the flush out hours, but it could well be that we've already had that happen in the pre-market, and now there are stocks that are too good to be passed up being picked off here by investors. SoFi is at 1403, up 21 cents on the pre-market. We've got let me take a look at some other of our favorites. From over at Robinhood, up $1 to 45.70, a little better there. It shows you how much money's in the system. There's so much money in the system, even Robinhood stock is going up. GameStop is up 47 cents to 153.37 in the pre-market. Cisco continues to climb, up 13 more cents to 57.40. Of course, that has every reason to go up. ATIP 373, up 2 cents at the moment on the pre-market with virtually no trading. Our friendly heartbreaker IBM is up 62 cents to 138.64 in the pre-market. 23andMe 816, up 13 cents in the pre-market right now. So some stocks are doing better than others. There you have it. There's the scenario. We're up 11 points on the Dow, up 2.8 on S&P, and up 39 on NASDAQ. Crude down 83 cents a barrel at 62.86. Have you noticed the price of gas going down in your neighborhood lately? Not us. We're still at 148 a liter, the same price we were in July. We have not dropped a penny in the price of gasoline here in Creston, not a single red cent. So we are paying $4.40, $4.50 US a gallon for a US gallon here, equivalent. With oil now down $16 a barrel, we're down 25% in oil price. Our liter of gasoline has not inched a penny. And this is causing inflationary problems here because we are not getting the benefit of lower energy costs to reduce our cost of living. And we're finding that at our grocery stores, we're paying very high prices to bring product in. We are in the middle of a federal election here in Canada. Believe it or not, we're in an election. And we're upset. We're not happy about it. But there is no politician running for federal office right now. None of the federal leaders has come out with a program to say, we're going to reduce the cost of gasoline to Canadians. Not one of them. And the reason is simple. Government is addicted in Canada to high energy prices. Completely addicted. It's kind of like the addiction that we have here in Canada to high alcohol prices, high cigarette taxes, and high energy. Those three together are almost sin taxes now. It's almost a crime in Canada to buy a gallon of gas because you are burning it. And if you are burning it, you're a polluter. And if you're a polluter, you're the enemy. And in Canada, we are going, well, how else do we get around? We need gas for our cars that are legal to buy, and so we're being told, well, you can buy electric. We're going, oh, great, okay. So if I get a Model S, just let's pretend I have that kind of money, which I don't. But if I had the money to buy a Model S, I have to pay a new federal excise tax. They have passed a new luxury tax in Canada that any vehicle over $100,000, I think it is, $110,000, is considered a luxury vehicle. And even a Tesla Model S, which retails for, when you put all the bells and whistles in a Tesla, you don't buy a base Tesla. By the time you get the Tesla, not even the performance model, just a long range electric model in a Model S, you're at 135,000 Canadian dollars. You got to pay a 10% excise tax over the first 100,000, I think it is. So that's another $3,500 that one has to pay to buy an electric car to save the environment. Or you buy a BMW 750 series with a big old V8 engine, and you buy gasoline and burn it. And if you can get the car for $99,000, you don't pay any extra tax on it, but now you pay the tax on the gas instead. In Canada, we just drive ourselves nuts with our structure. Like I say, nowhere is it perfect. Nowhere is it perfect. I just shake my head. Now, if I get a Model 3 Tesla, it's less than $100,000. So there would be no additional federal tax on it. I would just have to buy electricity to power it up, which is cheaper than gasoline. But in some parts of Canada, electricity is very expensive because in Canada, we have hydro, we have some nuclear, but not that much in the West. We have hydro, and then we have natural gas-fired power plants that are taxed unbelievably by the federal government and the provincial government because they're addicted to high energy taxes, and the electricity costs more because they are powered up by fossil fuels to make it in the first place. We have a lot of windmills, we have a lot of solar panels. They're coming, but at this point, there's still the need for basic power from other sources. Anyway, it's just a crazy world in which we live. It just is wacky. Thank you for joining me this morning for my morning rant. I can't help but laugh about it. I mean, if you take it too seriously, it'll drive you nuts. It just there's no point in being too serious about it. You have to just accept loonyism as part of the world today. I guess the bizarro world of this world is in play right now, and we're just going to have to accept it. Otherwise, it drives us crazy. What are you going to do? We're up 19 on the Dow now. We're up 4 on the S&P. We're up 46 on NASDAQ. It looks like a good start at the moment. We have 7 minutes to go before we open for trading. I've got Matterport up to 1390, up 3 cents. Nothing to get excited about. SoFi is sitting at 1402, up 20 cents. 23andMe at 807, up 4 cents. GameStop right now, 153.30, up 39 cents. ATIP Physical Therapy, 373, up 2 cents. Sextera is 863, up 13 cents. Let's see, Spire Global is now 885 on the pre-market, unchanged at the moment, unchanged. That's what I got right now for some of these stocks. I noticed a little while ago IBM was up a titch. It's up 3 cents now to 138.05. It's up 3 cents. So it's not the leader of the market at all, but it's a little better. Yeah, okay. I tell you, I wonder. I just go, I don't know. Okay. What else is going on here? Apple announced, well, not officially, but the word sort of leaking out from Apple headquarters, because it's not an official announcement yet, but the whisper rumors, Apple will not have staff back to their head office in Cupertino until January 2022. So that's another 5 months before Apple is even thinking of having their staff back. They've delayed the return of their staff to head office by, I guess, 4 months. It was supposed to be September, I thought. Now it's January, so they're delaying. The variant is having the effect of delaying business in America. It is delaying business. This is not good for certain economic forces, especially all around that headquarters, all the businesses that rely on supplying Apple with whatever Apple needs to be in business, whether it's paper, pens, paper clips, uh, catered lunches, event planning, any services that Apple uses in their corporate offices are not needed there. By at least 90% of it isn't needed right now. Folks are working from home, and this is having its effect. Not good. So anyway, that is the latest out of Apple. I'm hearing more of this kind of talk from all over the place. I'm getting all kinds of these kinds of reports are coming in from everywhere, where folks are corporations are saying to their employees, "You don't need to be here in August or September. We've delayed the reopening to January or beyond." Most interesting what's happening there. All of you who are here, thank you so much for following me today, being part of this channel. It means a lot to us. Jennifer and I appreciate all of you who follow us on an ongoing basis. I was able to upload a video this morning before I even started this show from kind of last night's episodes. We're constantly trying to keep up with all the needs and requirements of being YouTubers. Jennifer and I appreciate all of your patience from time to time where I'm not able to get a video up the same day that I've recorded the live show. But we were able to do that first thing this morning. Thank you for following this channel. You as members, particular, this week is the week of the 16th until the 23rd is the most important week of this channel's existence every month, because this is the week that reflects back to the 16th of March when we started memberships. We started offering memberships March the 16th, and in those first 7 days, we had a whole bunch of you join up this with us as members. And so every month from the 16th to the 23rd is a renewal week of great importance. And I thank all of you who are renewing your membership. Some of you do it automatically. Some of you do it as sort of a monthly thing. Thank you for rejoining and maintaining your membership with us here. We love having you, and we so appreciate your attendance. We're at 199 thumbs ups right now. 2 minutes away from opening on the day. We're up 49 on the Dow. We're up 7 on S&P, and we're up 51 on NASDAQ. So we got a positive start to the day. Just hit 200 thumbs ups. Thank you. There are 600 of you here. Thank you for being here. Let's hope we have ourselves a juicy day today. After all, it is Friday, isn't it? And we've had one heck of a grind this week. I think we deserve a better move. Today is actually Rocket Lab Day. Today is Rocket Lab Day because this is the 20th of August, and that means our friends over at Vector, VACQ, they are turning into Rocket Lab with their shareholder vote today. That's being held today officially. And we also have on, I guess it's Monday, it'll be 21st, yeah, Monday, Fifth Wall acquisition will turn into SmartRent on Monday, August 23rd. So in the next 3 days, we have, I think the last 2 of our SPACs will be gone. We won't have any more SPACs that we're following. We'll be following companies that used to be SPACs completely. So very good, very interesting. And we'll see what's going on. I did read this, Kev. There's a good point there, Kev. Topps was supposed to have a deal with Major League Baseball. They lost their Major League Baseball contract. Topps will no longer produce baseball cards under MLB. This is a 70-year partnership that has now ended from the 50s to now. And I guess Topps won't be doing their SPAC anymore. I think their SPAC deal is dead. I never did endorse that deal when it was first announced. I held back whether I was going to in any way follow that deal, and I didn't like the size of it. It was too small of a deal when I saw it come out. And now with this news, oh my gosh, this is devastating for that thing. I don't know what's going to happen. Of course, the SPAC can shop for another company and find something else. Will they? I don't know. We're opening. We're up and running, I think. Yep, we're up and running. Let's take a look at our market this morning. How are the shares doing that we like to follow? I'm showing at the moment, it looks like Robinhood is up 35 cents at the moment to 45.04 on 400,000 to start the morning. SoFi is showing a $14 trade right now, up 18 cents on 555,000 from what I can tell. Yep. GameStop is 154.07, up $1.17 on 28,000 shares. ATIP down a penny, I think, 370. AMC indicating a 19-cent gain to 34.01. Matterport 1385 on 38,000 at the moment. 23andMe is up 22 cents to 825 on 101,000 shares. Fifth Wall down 8 cents to 11.27, I think, if that's accurate. 270 shares, like no volume. Vector, which is going to be Rocket Lab today, it's down 2 cents to 9.99. It's just hanging around here. And Spire, unchanged. We haven't got a quote yet. It closed at 8.85 last night. Sextera closed at looks like it's down 13 cents from yesterday's 8.63, now at 8.50. Vanik, it looks like it's up $1.14. Vanik Vectors 256. We have Home Depot up 95 cents. We have IBM down 65 cents. We have the Dow down 11 points. Is that accurate? Let me triple check. Yes, it's down 12.7 at the moment. S&P up 3, NASDAQ up 50. That's our early indication at the moment. That will likely change a lot. Yeah, Dow just popped up here. Still down 8, but it's coming on. Microsoft up another 294 to 299.71. Microsoft's going to hit 300 today. Apple 147.10, up 40 cents. Tesla up $18. Bed Bath Beyond up 2 cents. BlackBerry down a nickel. Royal Caribbean up 12 cents. Norwegian up 14. Carnival down 6. Amazon up $12, and Facebook up a dime, and Google up $1.40. Target recovering a bit, up 274. JP Morgan down 41 cents. And over at Goldman, down $1.12 to 392. There's a bargain right there. So there's our early indicators at the moment. Lots of small green arrows here and there, showing Robinhood up 61, SoFi up 23 to 14.04, GameStop up 3.07 now to 155.97. Good start there. ATIP up 2 cents now to 373. AMC up 40. Matterport up 2. 23andMe up 15. So we have a number of greens at the moment to kind of give us an early start. The Dow now plus 15 points. S&P up 6 and NASDAQ up 46. So there's a lot of cash out there, and it's looking for places to go. I personally cannot understand and am befuddled by how IBM is not performing. It is 137.74. The shares have hit a high this year of 152.84. We're talking $15 below year high. Record earnings, growing phenomenally, doing a stock split, dividing into 2 divisions. This to me screams opportunity. Phenomenal upside for IBM. Buy the stock right now, 4.75% return on your money. That's your dividend yield, 4.7%, 137.73. I can't explain it. With all my experience, all my years in the business, I look at that and go, really? It's down 22 cents, and Robinhood is up 35 cents. There is no dividend coming out of Robinhood ever. There's no earnings coming out of Robinhood for years. I don't know how they're going to make money unless they have a mandatory fee of $25 a year, $2 a month, let's say, to have an account. They'll lose from 25 million to 15 million accounts, but at least they'll bring in maybe 30 million a month. They'll bring in 360 million a year from fees. And then, try to charge after that. I mean, they have got customers that don't pay anything to be there. I mean, Robinhood's scrambling always to make money. Pay for order flow is not cutting the swath here. Robinhood had incredible record high volumes this first 6 months of this year as we were watching shares trade like crazy. Those numbers are down. Look at GameStop. We're talking every day about, will GameStop even trade 1 million shares? They used to trade 200 million shares a day. Now they're not even trading a million and a quarter a day, 1.5 million a day. AMC used to trade 550 million at its run. It's now trading 40 million a day, 50 million a day. There's no way Robinhood can make a living if the stocks that you are playing with aren't trading in heavy volume. That they can't make a go of it. They're a volume house. There's problems. So I don't know why Robinhood even is at $45 a share. I can't understand. It shouldn't even be worth at 25. But artificially it is. IBM, they're making money everything they do. They make money. IBM makes money at every turn of the dial. Every time you change the channel, they make money. IBM always makes money from every division they have. And the stock's down, it's tonight now, 138.22. It's off $14, $15 from the high. It's ridiculous. It's a bizarro situation, really. SoFi at 14.06. Matterport at 13.92. SoFi is winning the race again at the moment. GameStop up 285 to 155.75. AMC is up 14. 23andMe is at 826, up 24 cents. ATIP up 3.5 cents. So we have a little bit of green to start the morning. Let's see what happens as the morning moves on. We're up 58 now on the Dow. Very good. High of the day. We're up 8.8 on S&P, and we're up 43 on NASDAQ. We're down 90 cents on oil at the moment. So the ingredients are in place for a higher day. Will this, will this work going forward? Will this continue to happen? Sparky, listen, I watched Uncle Bruce's video from February the 11th, and he opened saying GameStop has only traded 10 million shares, low volume. Now we don't trade that in a week. Exactly. Sparky, you're absolutely right. We have really, really backed off. That's true. Let's see what happens. Man, oh man. What else is going on here? Thank you for popping in and saying hi to me today, everybody. Kind words. Hope you're having a good day today. Hope you're going to have a great weekend this weekend. What a crazy week, depressing week. Hopefully we'll have better news and better markets going forward here. NTPC, how you doing? Let me know when you go on there and I will pop by. Hello, NTPC. ATIP looks like it's halted. Any info on ATIP? Don't know if it's halted or not. I'm showing 375 up 4 cents or so right now. Not sure if that's halted or not. Anybody can anyone confirm that for me? Do any of you have trading systems that we have that going? Hi, Uncle Bruce. Hi, NTPC. How you doing? Kayla, how you doing, Kayla? Let's see. Emmy is looking good. It is. We're happy with this for sure. Up 29 cents. Let's keep going, Emmy. Go to $15 a share. Take the heat off of me. Make it look better. Not halted, says make it happen. It's not how my ATIP market is open. That's what I thought too. Thank you, everybody, for just double checking. I appreciate this. Let me know if any of you see anything like that. Just let me know. Keep going, Emmy. I agree. Keep going. Don't stop now. 832 up 29 cents. Matterport 13.97 up a dime. SoFi up 24 cents to 14.06. All of you keep going. Just every one of you stocks go up $2-3 today. Just do it. Just don't think. Just do it. Yeah. Don't jinx it, says Roach in the Tree. NTPC, don't jinx it. Just kidding. We'll see. 375 on ATIP. 375 up 4 cents on a volume of 36,000. So very quiet morning on ATIP. We're waiting for news from that company about a new CEO. That's what we're waiting for. Waiting for the new CEO to be announced, who it is, guy, girl, whatever. I'm hoping that the new CEO they do hire will be a mover and a shaker, someone that is known for results. But folks, I have no names in mind. We'll wait and see what they're doing. I know that I'm aware that the ATIP founders, the majority owners of ATIP, it's a hedge fund. They are into this thing for almost $1 billion. They're down. They're losing $1 billion in value on their company at $3.80 a share. That is a fact. They're off $1 billion. They're in there at 10, just like many of you. That's where many of you started at. These guys are in at 10. I can tell you they have $727.20 of reasons to get the stock back to $10 a share. That would replace and repair a $1 billion drop in value. This will not stand. This will not last. They will make moves. And I can see certainly a new CEO coming in. And I can also see a pledge to the CEO of financial resources at the ready if the CEO is going to cut deals to expand the company, to perhaps buy other physical therapy centers, expand their footprint. They will have access to capital at very low interest rates through offerings of like senior notes, 5-year notes, 8-year notes, 10-year notes at super cheap rates, because again, there's cash available everywhere for this stuff. They will buy profitable, cash flowing, positive cash flowing physical therapy centers and vend them in to their company to add to their number of over 900 centers they have now. That is coming. That is going to happen, I believe. And I think it's going to be an aggressive expansion so that these shares will begin to reflect a much higher value. I think the momentum of those kinds of deals will just move the market. Don't even have to show me the financials. Just tell me you've acquired 200 from this outfit, 150 over here, 50 over there, 300 over there. If these guys are going to go from 900 to 2,000 centers in the next 2 years, this stock will go to $15 a share. It will. And the founders, the main owners of this company, the guys who own the most, they will go from negative $1 billion to plus $1 billion. And that means they have 2 billion reasons why this stock has to go higher. And so I mentioned that to you, those of you who are skeptical or not sure what to do, or you're upset because you're down on the stock. This is a bargain at $379, $380. This is an absolute giveaway. It's an opportunity to get in. Anyone selling here is a fool because you're selling near the all-time low for no reason other than you're upset with the investment, I suppose. Fair enough. I get you. But if you're a smart investor, you're going to pick this stuff up. You can buy options on it if you want, but I would buy the stock at $379, $380. I just buy it. And add it to what you have, bring your average down, or be a first-time investor. Get in at really ridiculous discounts. The stock is not supposed to be here. It was not supposed to go down as it went down. The company was supposed to do rather well right off the get-go. It didn't. And now there are adjustments being made behind the scenes that we're not privy to that I can tell you are likely rather severe. There are heads rolling over there for good reason. And they'll bring in the right people to run this public company. I'm pretty sure of that. They have $1 billion reasons to start with, plus $1 billion in profit to finish with. So yes, there will be changes. Okay. There you have it. We're up 19 on the Dow. We're up 9.5 on S&P. We're up 60 on NASDAQ right now. Ostis, hi, Uncle Bruce. Sorry if someone already asked. Did you check CLOV? They're heavily shorted and constantly a top 5 most talked about stock on Wall Street bets. Now, I believe CLOV, as best as I can recall, was again a SPAC, it was a here we are, Health Investments Corp. The high and the low of 631, the all-time high 2885, sitting at 775 right now. Their healthcare insurance services uses its proprietary technology platform to collect, structure, and analyze health and behavioral data to improve medical outcomes and lower costs for patients. The company was headquartered and founded in 2014. Have I got the right one? Is this the right company that we're talking about? I hope it is. CLOV on NASDAQ. For the year, like I said, it was as high as $28. There's 235 million outstanding, 185 million float, market cap of $3.3 billion. Short float 13.59% is what I see here, and I don't know anything else about this company. I don't know who they are. I don't know who founded them, this is all I can tell you about what it's doing. Looking at the say 3-month chart, it reached this 20-something level back in about June, whatever it was, sometime in June, and I got nothing else. I have nothing. I got nothing. I got nada. So I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if it's a good deal or not. The market sure doesn't like it. I mean, let's just be honest. The market is not that thrilled with it. It's sitting at 775. It obviously has its issues, and that's all I've got. I just don't know. Wish I could tell you more, but I can't. Hello, Uncle Bruce, and a happy Friday, everybody from BW. Thank you. Thank you very much. What stock is Bruce talking about? ATIP. I was talking about ATIP. I made money on ATIP puts this week. Beautiful anti-PC. I'm not surprised to hear that. Well done. Don't buy it until it goes under 3, says number 4. I'm not buying ATIP ever, says anti-PC. Laugh out loud, right, says Connor. Let's see. Clove is more. Clove is a meme Wall Street bet stock, always floating around there, says the James Show. GameStop 156. Can't make up my mind. 156.66 up 376. Wasn't Clove another one of those Chamath SPACs? What's going on here? W. Walters. I'm looking to write calls on GameStop, waiting for the price to rally. Good plan. Yeah, good plan. Maybe for next week, Friday, you want to write 170s. If the shares want to keep coming up for you, you might want to take a look at 170s on GameStop and score a nice premium here. There we go. GameStop right now, 157.18 up 4. 28 right now. That's the high of the day, ballpark. For next week, Friday, the 27th, you're looking at 170s are at 201 to 248. 175s are around asking for 208 at the moment. 165s are asking 340. That's next week, Friday contract. So not a lot in premium buying for next Friday, but it is a few bucks, and it is out of the money by $13. So we have to keep that in mind. September the 3rd, 170s will get you anywhere from about $5.20 to $6, somewhere in that neighborhood. There's a little more premium there. 165s are offered as high as $7.30, last is 6.25. There might be something to that. It's a question of just how these shares react here. If they're up 4 now, which is great, but not like incredible. If the shares were to go to 160, up another $3, then the 165s, 170s will pop up a little bit more. They'll be going up at least $1, maybe a bit more than that for these contract expiries. So keep an eye open on those. See if you can score. If you can score a deal. Let's see. All my money, NTPC, is in GameStop, SoFi, Matterport, VACQ, and ME. There you go. 23andMe up 22, Matterport up 18 to 1405 now, and SoFi's 1405, up 23 cents. They are tied right now. Oh, and Matterport just passed SoFi, 1409 to 1405. Matterport is ahead now. Very interesting. Yes, Clove is another Chamath SPAC. I've heard only good things from professionals who use it, but doesn't seem the fundamentals are there yet. All right, let's see. I think I need to see a therapist, says that boy Louis. I'm addicted to buying SoFi dips. Oh my! Getting taken out of your GameStop shares at 170 would make me cry, laughing out loud. Let's see. What else is going on here? What do we got here? Yeah, okay. Can anyone explain what a blank check company is? Well, that's a SPAC. A SPAC, when it gets underwritten at $10 a unit, is a public company, a company that went public with no business in it. It has a board of directors. It has a CEO. It has cash. The cash goes into trust. And the SPAC, the public company now, is on the hunt for a private company that it can merge with. and the private company will end up owning about 82% of all the stock that's issued and outstanding by the time the private company is acquired by the SPAC for stock. It's a reverse takeover. The SPAC issues more stock to the private company than they have outstanding already. And that way, the private company ends up the largest shareholder of the entire organization. And it then inherits the use of that money that's in trust, which is maybe 150 million, 250 million, 450 million dollars, 500 million dollars, however much they raised. SPACs that I have followed since February, March, who usually almost every one of them, I think every one of them, not only have the SPAC money in trust, they also, when they found their private company, they also were able to raise additional money at $10 a share from Wall Street over and above the SPAC money. And that is why stocks like SoFi and ATIP and Matterport and ME and Fifth Wall, Vector, Spire, Sextera, all of these companies are sitting on more than 400, 500 million or more dollars. In the case of SoFi, I think they raised 2.3 or 2.5 billion dollars through the SPAC acquisition and PIPE financing, this initial financing. That's what a blank check company is. That's how it works. Bruce, 1250 calls on ATIP are sitting at $16. What are your thoughts on ATIP FEBs? 16 cents for a contract. What do you think about that? Well, on the one hand, I look at that as a gambler's deal, because if you buy them for $16 a piece, you can only lose $16 a piece. You buy 10 of them for $160. You're controlling 1,000 shares of stock, but you need it to go up dramatically between now and February. Now, if the shares only went to $8 or $9, so if they just did that, these will probably trade around 35, 40 cents. They'll double. They might triple. They might go to 50, and you can triple your money. In order for you to make real money, some serious dough here, this stock is going to need to go to $15 a share. If it did that in January, these 16-cent contracts or $16 contracts would be trading at about $300 a piece. Now, at $320 a piece, that is 20 times your money. Now, are you going to put in 10 grand of your money into this deal? I wouldn't recommend it. But if you want to buy 10 of them for $160, it's a flyer. Sure. I would take a look at the $10 contracts for February. I would take a look at the $7.50 contracts for February. I would look at the fives and see what they're going for. But beyond that, probably that's about as far down as I think you need to go. Other than that, just buy the stock and enjoy the upside on the stock, as it comes. Because I think there will be upside on the stock. I think so. From here, yes, I do think so. Let me take a look at these FEBs. The 20s are 0 to 20 cents. The 1750s are 0 to 55 cents. The 15s are 0 to 75 cents. The 1250s are 5 to 15 cents. There's at least a market of some kind being indicated. You may want to bid 6 cents for them. Maybe try to buy them for 6. Maybe you'll get lucky. Just be a penny ahead of the buyer at 5. Be a 6-cent bidder. The 10s are 10 to 35 cents. I'd bid 11. And the 750s are 20 to 35. I'd bid 21. I would rather you buy the 750s than these 12 and a halves, because the 12 and a halves at 15 cents versus 750s at 35. Even if you pay 35, it's a better deal. You're $5 closer to the money for an extra 20 cents. Yeah, I think that's where you want to go. The fives are 60 to 75, and the 250s are 115 to 185. If you can get the 250s at 120, that would be $3.70 a share. That would be less than what it's trading at. So that would be a good deal. Buying 250s is a really good idea. Say at 125, 130, because at $7.50 a share, these would be at $5 contracts. They would be $5 book value contracts. They might be trading at $6. $1.20 to $6, 5 times your money. That's where you may want to go. You may want to go into the 250s and scoop them up. Avoid those 1250s. It's just it's a gambler's a long shot table bet, but you know what? Spend a couple $100 and pick off 2 of the 250s. Try to buy them at 120, 125. See if you get lucky. You might get hit with a bid. You might get nailed with them, and you scoop up 2 of them for $1.25. Stock goes up to just $5. You've doubled your money. Just a $5 move is double your money already. And remember, at $5 a share, the ATIP shares, the owners of ATIP, the biggest shareholders, are still down $600 million. Like, they're down a ton of money, easily. So at 5, they're not happy. But where you would be double. You'd be very happy at double your money. At $7.50, you'll be quadruple your money. They still will be down $300 million. At $10, they're even. And you are rolling in the dough. You've got $8 contracts for $1.20. Yeah, you're the winner. So buy the 250s at 120, 25, something like that if you can get them. That's what I'd be doing. On second thought, let's see what's going on here. 157.02 on GameStop right now. I'm not smart enough to write options. I just buy and hold. There you go. And what do we got here? Sorry. Comments are just skipping ahead on me like crazy. Yeah, I keep trying to remind myself that DraftKings was a SPAC too, and they're at $52 after sliding down from the 70s. That's right, Erico. That is correct. All of these companies now that we're following, now that VACQ is turning into Rocket Lab today, theoretically, and then on Monday we have the Fifth Wall turning into SmartRent. That's it for our SPACs. We now have 8 companies that are now independent, eight publicly traded companies going their own direction. And all of these could become DraftKings. They all can do what DraftKings has done. Every one of them is capable of this. There you go. All right. And the race is on. 14.05 for Matterport, 14.04 for SoFi. Go. Let's see. Uncle Bruce. Hi, Uncle Bruce. If Target dips again today, do you think October 1 is enough out for a 255 call? Are you talking about Target, the massive retailer, Target? I guess you are. 250 a share is the price of the stock. If it dips today, do you think October 1 is far enough out for 255 calls? I see. I don't have a problem with that deal. Target high of the year 267. And this morning a low of 246, now at 250 a share. So a $5 move on Target is a nothing burger. It's a no-brainer whatsoever. TGT is the symbol. Let's take a look at Target here. Oops, Mike. I tell you, my good old big ass iPad sometimes has a mind of its own. Yeah, here we are. We're up 485 on the Target shares. 255 Octobers. Let's get that up here if we can. Here we go. Here we go. October 1s. Okay, October 1s. Yeah, they're sitting at 495, 575. So you're paying 5 something dollars and you're out of the money by $5. But October 1, that means you have all of September and you have a week. You have only 5 weeks. Sounds like a lot of time, but you don't have a lot of time. 5 weeks. I don't like the lack of timing. The 255s, there are no 255s for the next one. Let's look at November. Let's see what we can find here. November 250s are 12 to 13. 260s are 820 to 880. Boy, that's an expensive price to pay. December's now, I'm not seeing 55s either. 260s are $9.45 to $10. You might want to look at 260 for December 17, giving you more time. You need time because all kinds of stuff can happen in the meantime with these markets. You just got to be careful. if you've only got $500-600 to play with, you might be priced out of this market. It just might not work for you, unless you're buying 280 contracts. But December 17 280s, I would not go that far on target. It's sometimes you have to say, I can't play this market. It's just too expensive for me. It's just priced out of my range, and I can't do it. Remember, the options market is a devil of a game if you are only going long. If you want to play maybe a credit spread, that might be a strategy where you buy an at the money call and buy a call ahead of that at the money call, and you're bringing in more money than you're spending, and you have a credit. And if the shares stay in a range, say under 260, you make money for the next 2 or 3 weeks, that might be your move. You need to watch my classes on how credit spreads work. You might want to do a butterfly spread. You might want to check my class out on that and check that one out. All right. This way you can play options on these stocks for less than $100. You can be involved in contracts. That might be a way to go. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. SoFi has a tendency to break hearts after 10 a.m. on green mornings. 1408 on the SoFi. We're up 26 cents now. 1406, 1408. Matterport 1404. So the race is on between these two. Matterport is up 17. 23andMe is up 11 to 814. ATIP is up 6 cents to 377. GameStop 157.04 up $4. And SoFi up 20 cents to 1402. That's where we're at right now. The Dow's up 149. Very good. Up 149 points on the Dow. We're up 22 on S&P, and we're up 100 on the NASDAQ. So we have a turnaround. Now, it isn't over. We're not out of the woods yet. We have 3-4 days of negative selling coming into the markets. We've had a little correction here, a little pop back. The question is, how deep is it? Is it a real deep buying thing? Are we going to hit new record highs from here going forward? We've got to see the Dow hold these gains for a good chunk of this day and maybe keep adding to them to believe it, because it could be all over in an hour and we could run out of gas and we back off again. I don't know if that's going to happen. Hi, Jen.
You singing the Bee Gees song? How deep is your love? How deep is your love?
There's a reason Jen doesn't do karaoke. You're not going to find videos online with YouTube where she's a karaoke singer. It just isn't there. She knows the words. Can't sing them, but she knows them. Hi, hon.
Never met a microphone I didn't like.
True. That's true. But yes.
That was, after karaoke with the business, the crew, the staff the one day, the next morning I went to work and my boss had not been there, and he said, so who embarrassed themselves last night at karaoke? And I replied, you might have to ask someone else that question. It might have been me.
Your assistant.
Except I didn't embarrass myself. I was having fun.
I was having a good time. I don't remember embarrassing myself. I just remember having a good time.
I remember bouncing and having fun.
You see? I was having a good time.
So I noticed you're wearing green and the market is responding.
I'm doing everything I can to help this market.
This market doesn't want to go down.
No, it's going to go higher. There's too much cash lying around for the market to stay down. It's just going to go higher. Yeah. That's my thinking. We're up 184 now on the Dow, so we're going higher. We're up 26 on S&P, up 119 on NASDAQ, going higher. Yet SoFi's at 1396. It just
Texas is off
dropped 10 cents. Is that right? What's that?
West Texas is off a bit.
Oil's down. Yeah, it's still off 43 cents a barrel right now. Yeah. Yes, we've got SoFi 1396. We got Matterport at 1402. So Matterport is winning the race. We got ME going up again, 823, up 20 cents. So we're a little better there. We're up 348 on GameStop at 156.38 right now. So
there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
So what's it going to be for Friday?
What are we going to have today?
I don't know. Do you want like an all meat? I haven't had an all meat this week. So the protein. I know.
That might be a good idea.
It's pretty good. Fresh cold cuts.
Yeah, that might be the plan. I've got some got the Bavarian and I got the ham in there. Those two particular I'd like to have with that.
Little cheese, little mustard mayo.
Yeah. Oh, that could be a great idea,
Okay,
Jen.
we're on it.
Exciting.
On it.
So exciting. Oh, man, I'm loving this. Oh, gosh. You can't go wrong with that. ATIP 377 right now, up a little bit, up 6 cents. 6 cents. 6 cents. GameStop 156.38. The high was 157.41 today. We're $1 off the high. We're still up 3.48 on the day. Not a lot in volume, but we're a little better in performance. 23andMe sitting at 8.27, up 24 cents right now. The high of 8.32, so we're 5 cents away from the high today, or higher highs, which would be great. Please go higher. Yes, higher and higher. Let's take a look at maybe Matterport here. MTTR, the mighty Matterport, 1401, up 14 cents. The high today, 1409. That's where we're at right now. The Dow up 167. S&P up 25, NASDAQ up 118, oil down 31 cents a barrel. There you go. Bruce, with GameStop being pretty quiet, BFits wants to know, do you see any reason buying would come in before, say, next earnings call? What does GameStop need to do corporately to earn a $300 stock value again? They are in need of some kind of an announcement that would catch the market in a very good mood, something like maybe something like we're launching a new division, we're launching a new a website that is now doing the Fungicle thing. They get into that in detail. They come out with an announcement, something like all sales of the company, of all the sales, 50% are now online. If they came out with something like that to tell the market, we are really converting to e-commerce, like it's really happening, or we're revamping our estimates for the third, fourth quarter, or an announcement came out that said an individual or a corporate entity now owns more than 5 or more than 10% of the company. That came up. If like a second Ryan Cohen kind of person came in, might be a hedge fund or something, and announced we own more than 10% of the stock. We love the direction of the company. We support Ryan Cohen and his effort. Something like that. That could move the market, really move it. If the street got the sense that the shares have been acquired by, a pretty powerful ally, if Ryan Cohen and the board of directors announced a new add-on to the board of directors, and the add-on was from Microsoft, a Microsoft director is now a director of GameStop, or a seriously placed high person at company whatever is now joining the board of GameStop. That could move the market. That personality-driven kind of thing, yeah, that could happen. Earnings, yes, of course. I mean, when they come out with their financials, they come out and say, we're making profits now. We're a profitable company. We have turned the corner. We're cash flow positive. We're earnings positive. These metrics are all working for us. Sure, yeah, of course. But other announcements could do it. Others could. But obviously, we've talked about this before many a time. If a dividend were to be created, a special one-time dividend of a GameStop coin that only GameStop people can have, you can use it on the GameStop website, for example, for purchases. Every shareholder gets, say, $10 of GameStop coins to use on the website as they saw fit. And the coins are only available through a GameStop market that they create, backed by a currency, an online digital currency. That would have an effect effect. I don't know if it'll take it to 300, but that would really mix it up. It would really put a GameStop on the front pages of a lot of financial publications. They would be Wall Street Bets' number one topic for a while. This would create a lot of hype. Hype could create a lot of volume on the stock. Volume on the stock would run it to 200 to 250 fairly quickly. But I don't see any of that on the horizon. I don't see that happening. I don't hear rumors of it yet. I can't nail anything down on this. So, but this has always been a possibility. This is not like, oh, this is brand new. This could happen and could have happened 6 months ago. Could happen today. Could happen next week. Could happen next year. Might never happen. We'll have to wait it out. But there's a certainty coming up. The end of this month is the end of the next quarter. So in 10 days, 11 days, this is the end of the third quarter for GameStop, I guess, third quarter. And by September 20-something, they'll release the results of the third quarter financials. That is a certainty. So we're a month away from the next quarter's financials that are ending at the end of this month. That I can tell you is a certainty. How the market will react, what will be said between now and then, that is, to be determined. Now, I'm expecting updates on the York, Pennsylvania, and Reno, Nevada distribution centers. We're expecting updates on that. That might come out next month with the financials, an update on how they're doing with that, because they were to be opened kind of in the fall. They figured by the fall they'd be ready for this Christmas's season. So, that's ramping up. I'm sure that the company has got hundreds of people on each of these projects full-time delivering the finished product to be up and running. So that I'm sure that's a 7-day-a-week, 24/7 project handled out of Grapevine and out of Reno and out of York, Pennsylvania as we speak here. There's a lot going on, but I have no progress report, no update, no leaked photos in the press of what it looks like, no local press I can tell you about. Does anybody have any local press out of York, Pennsylvania on how that center is going? Does anyone have any local anything out of Reno about what GameStop is doing with their center? If anyone does, let me know. I'd be happy to pass it on, but I've heard nada on that. It is all top secret. Here it is. That's all I know. Okay. Let's go. Continuing on here. You're making me want to get more GameStop. They're doing most everything you're talking about, but the market is still unaware. Esports, NFTs, e-commerce, all kinds of stuff. I agree. Who cares? I totally agree. I mean, they are. I am certain they are incredibly busy, incredibly. But they're not talking. They're not wasting our time with trivial little updates. Now, maybe we like to have trivial updates. We'd really like to have that, but I just get the impression that they're doing what they're doing to organize their company, set it up for a very profitable future without wasting a lot of breath talking about the possibilities. They're just doing it. They're just making it happen. But I don't know. I'm just, that's all I can say. Yeah, that's all I know. I love it. Bruce says non-fungible versus fungible. I guess he really does like Costco ice cream and has it on the brain. Yeah, fungible, whatever it is. Let's make our own leaks. Let's do our own leaks. Let's go fly a drone over this thing. Actions speak louder than words. There you go. SoFi, $13.96, up 15 cents. A Matterport at $14.01, up 14 cents. Matterport is leading the race right now. And speaking of good things, here we go right here. Here's something really, really good. Look at that.
Well, a couple of brown ones on top. Yeah.
Get the roasted. These sesame seeds get roasted inside the toaster. Oh, they start popping, and oh, they're so good. Yeah, loving this. Thank you, Jennifer, so much. She keeps me on the air, folks. She keeps me going for you. She keeps me alive so I can keep talking. We're up 123 on the Dow. That's off the high of the days, but it is an update. 21 point gain on S&P, 125 point gain on NASDAQ. GameStop, 155.75. Question, did GameStop top out today already, or is it taking a pause like this market and going to top higher? Is this 2 steps up, 1 step down, and then we go up again? The Dow might be the indicator of this whole thing. I don't know. Premium bagel. There it is. So ham and mustard. I woke up back for bagel power. Cheese on top and bottom. That's a classy touch. Oh, yes.
It keeps the meat from sliding off.
That's
without the cheese.
That's true. It keeps the meat right where it's supposed to be, right in between the bagel. Here we are right here. Look at that. Look at all that. The ham and Bavarian meatloaf and the, oh boy. Mm. Oh. Mm. Mm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know how stocks can't go up when I eat this stuff. I don't know how. They have to go up. So good. So good. SoFi, $13.97. GameStop, $155.92. ATIP, $3.75. Matterport, $14.03. ME, to $8.23. Come on, guys. Let's go higher. Fifth Wall down 14. Vector down 7. Spire down 13. Cyxtera down 3. IBM up 58 cents. Breaking hearts. The Dow up 128. Microsoft up $7 to 304. Going higher. Apple up $1, 147. Going higher. Royal Caribbean up a penny right now. All right. Up 133 on the Dow. Things are working. I might have to eat again here. I'm off to Manhattan tomorrow. Gonna have another one of those Lox Schmia bagels. Oh, Larry. Yes, sir. Good plan. A bagel a day will get the love handles that play. Gerald, Bruce, what are your thoughts on buying SoFi calls? $10 expiry, April 2022 for $5.45. Well, they're in the money $4, so you're paying $1.45 premium. Not that high a price to pay in that sense. The stock's at $14. And theoretically, depending on the brokerage firm you're dealing with, you might be able to buy them on margin at $7. Your money, $7, the broker money. But I don't recommend you do that. You're better off buying these for $5.45. Second option, the second idea is write put contracts. Write $15 put contracts on SoFi for April 2022. See what kind of premium you can get if you write a put contract. And that way you're committing to buy the stock at $15 less the premium you just got paid. That might be a better way to go on the SoFi. I'm just saying look into it. I'm not saying you definitely should do it, but you might want to look into that as a possibility, as a secondary way of doing this trade. If you're going to play options, you're going to play options. You're looking at, you say at what, April's right? April 2022. I'm just looking at them right now. April 15s are sitting at 4 to 410. So you would be committing to buy the stock at $11 a share if you get $4 a contract. So that might be the way to go, because if the shares go up to $18 in the next few months, just conservatively 18, these are out of the money. And all of a sudden, they might be trading at $1.50, and you take the $2.50 premium. Oh yeah. I'm looking at the the other calls for prep, the 1250s are 415. It's a lot of premium. The 15s are $3, 315. That's all premium. So the 10s, okay, buy. You can buy them, sure. There you go. Ryan Henry says, I confirm York Center opened 100% a few weeks ago. They're up and running. Thank you, Ryan, for this info. I love this. Thoughts on melting the cheese onto the bagel? Oh, that's a good one. Matterport so far are trying to take off. 1406 on SoFi, 1408 on Matterport. Let's go, baby. We're on a race here. Uncle Bruce, I don't want to create a controversy on your site, but if you had the choice and Jen wasn't making them, would you rather get a bagel sandwich from Tim Hortons or Dunkin' Donuts? I couldn't tell you because I don't buy either. I don't ever buy a donut from Tim's, and I've never had a bagel from Dunkin' Donuts. Never had a bagel from either one of these guys. So can't help you. It's a no factor for me. Man, this is good. Dow's up again, up 181. GameStop hasn't reacted yet, 155.42. That's the question is will GameStop take a shot now to the 160 range because the Dow's moving up? AMC is down 85 cents. It's not getting any help. It's at its low of the day, 32.89, 32.97 right now. So AMC on 12 million shares, not going anywhere. That might or might not hold GameStop shares back. I don't know. SoFi 1403, Matterport 1408, ATIP up a nickel 376, ME 826 up 23 cents. Here it is. I like it. Costco bagel for fan tried and true. Yeah, I really like the Costco bagels. There you go, John. I would love to do that. Love to do that. Oh man, I'm in for sure. I'm in for that. Go 23andMe. High of the day, 832 or 826. Go, go, go. The saddest thing about eating bagels, knowing it's soon gone. Panorama has awesome sesame bagels. Go Microsoft, take me to the moon. Little Kayla's laughing out loud. Fantastic. Dow's up 195 now. This is good. This is really good. Good up move on the Dow. We're up 30 on S&P. We're up 147 on NASDAQ. It's good. It's good. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. SoFi 1398 getting kicked around. Matterport 1410 definitely surging up. Keep it going. ATIP still holding 376. GameStop 154.52 only up $1.62. So we're not getting consistent moves with our stocks following the big board. Fifth Wall only down 3 cents. Vector down only 4. Spire down 14. Sextra down only 3 cents. IBM up 64 to 138.66. The Dow up 175 now. Microsoft up 869 to 305. Apple up $1.50, 148. Tesla up 430. Royal Caribbean down 16. Amazon down up $14. Facebook up 294. Alphabet up 23.50. Target up 580 to 251. Morgan unchanged. JP Morgan. Costco up 4. Walmart up $1.30. Cisco up 42 cents to 57.70. Nvidia up $6 to 204. Goldman down only 29 cents, coming on 393 on Goldman Sachs. What can I say? There's green here. There's definitely green here. And the question is, how green will it be? Looking good, all right. Would a bagel taste just as good if there was no hole in the middle, or would it then just be a super thick English muffin? Inquiring minds need to know. It's not a bagel unless it's a bagel, baby. It's got to be a bagel. Go Dow now. Go Dow. There you go, Auntie. I'm with you on that. And somebody just doesn't want SoFi to run. We need to pool our resources, find these people, and break their knees. Bagel burger? Question mark. 13.98 on SoFi. 14.12 on Matterport, up 25 cents. 23andMe at 8.24, up 21 cents. Come on, you guys. Let's go. It's about boiling before baking. There you go. Yep. Having the second half of this here bagel. Oh, it's good. Oh. Oil. Lovely. BW, NTPC, yay! You're back and sure leading the market. Isn't VACQ merging day today? Rocket Lab. Today is Rocket Lab day for VACQ. Absolutely Rocket Lab day. Yep. Got glitches in my chat. I'm not sure if you're noticing it, but my computer is freaking out. Pardon me, folks. Choking to death, dying, fighting, trying to stay alive. Oh my. Let's see what's going on.
Here's to the teachers.
I have it. I'm trying to watch my own show on my own device. So my computer is freaking out on me right now. I'm not sure quite what's going on here. DJ Mike, thank you for joining us as a member. Nice having you here. Good to have you, buddy. That's right. Just a vote today, NTPC. You're right on VACQ. The ticker change, I think, is on Monday coming up, right? Thank you for the 310 thumbs ups, everybody. Appreciate that too. Awful nice of you. See if I can get my machine to work properly here. Welcome, DJ Mike. And stream looks fine. Yeah, it looks okay. Where my computer's settled down. It was kind of going jerky there for a bit. Dow's up 190. Absolutely. Always need NTPC here. Nice to have you here. DJ, Uncle Bruce, thanks to you, I made $200 on an IPOE back in June. Sorry it's taking us so long to throw some of that green your way. Nice to have you here, buddy. Way to go, pal. Okay. Me holding at 821 right now. SoFi back to 14. 1406 on Matterport. Oh, thanks, Uncle Bruce. Oh, you're welcome.
So the U.S. has extended their restriction. Did you see?
September 21 now. Yeah. Yeah. I was mentioning that right at the beginning of this show. We can't go down south.
Well, we can't drive. We fly. We only fly.
That's right.
But we want to drive. We want to be there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put your vehicle on a truck and fly down to meet it there.
$1,000
I know, right?
minimum.
Can you imagine?
Silly. FS thing. Seems like GameStop goes the other way when SPY and Dow goes up. What can I say? 154.80 on GameStop, up $1.90. Dow is up 183. SoFi 14. Matterport 1406. 23andMe 821. Come on, Uncle Bruce. When are we going to see the Dapper Dan you again? Shaving a haircut 2 bits.
Are you a little fuzzy?
Not sure what this means. I don't know. What is it? What are you implying?
Are you turning into a long hair for Dippy? Is that it? Put on your tie-dye shirt.
I have a tie-dye shirt. Don't make me pull it out. Matterport and SoFi syncing up, but whatever you do, don't cross the streams. Don't cross the streams. This bagel is history. And it's a wonderful history. Oh, that's so good.
There will be odes written and songs sung.
Hmm?
Odes written and songs sung.
I'm sure.
I agree with you.
So nice. Oh, man, that's good. NTPC says VACQ will release its financial results for the second quarter following the close of U.S. markets on Wednesday, September 8th, 2021. And we'll watch for that. That, of course, will be Rocket Lab, of course, by then. Farmo said it's been an interesting, weird morning. Guy on the radio says there's nothing you can ride naked that feels good. That is kind of weird. DJ, I picked up ATIP when it dipped to 4. I think it's going to be a nice pickup come 2022. I think you're right. I think ATIP is going to be a lot higher than 376, $4, a lot higher than this. It's been 2 months since we saw you sporting your new Do. Did you guys already pack the Ronco Flow B haircut system? Just watching with you. Yeah, okay. What? Maybe I'm getting fuzzy up here. I don't know.
Give me your best Einstein.
My best. Oh no. Not gonna do that. You'll see my hair in all its glory as we travel here going forward, because there will be times where I will be maybe outdoors trying to talk to you guys, and you'll see my hair just go nuts because it's so thin. there's so little of it left. Whatever there is left just flies away. It doesn't want to stick around.
We should take a poll.
Should take a poll.
Yes, should Bruce wear it too?
Should Bruce wear a toque? Should I sport the look of Edge from U2? Should I have that look, where I have a little toque on going all the time,
Yeah, just a little too up on top.
or a cowboy hat?
Or a cowboy hat.
Or should I wear
Do
that
a
that
Dwight Yoakam, just always wear a
do a
cowboy hat.
the Dwight Yoakam where I have the hat right over my face? You see my face. Or should I wear the cowboy hat that Jim Carrey wears in Dumb and Dumber, the big giant foam cowboy hat? Oh man, Dave says you have your RV delivered to the States, Bruce, and take it back after your flight. There you go.
Yeah.
ATIP will be a nice pickup in 2032. You could use a slight trim, Uncle Bruce. Laugh out loud. Uncle Bruce, you should manscape that head. I think I got to go to radio. I got to go right to radio. Oh man, come on! I have to tease the vocally challenged. We band together, as long as no comb overs in the wind are coming up out of the pool. You need an ascot and a pipe, says Dana. That's what you need: an ascot and a pipe. The Edge is a professional wrestler. Laugh out loud. Kayla, NPC, laughing out loud. They both about equally as bad at guitar, though. Rainbow skull cap with a helicopter fan attached. There you go with a little. There you go. Oh man, you all leave Uncle Bruce's cul-de-sac alone. Leave that cul-de-sac alone. Oh man. Oh boy, it's a horseshoe. Wear a MAGA cap, Uncle B. That would shock the markets to the moon. Drop Family Guard. Just go to Mad Max character and get it over with, Uncle Bruce. Just get it over with. Oh, okay, look here. You know you want to do it. Oh man, this is a tough crowd I got going here. It's a tough audience. Bruce, please put on Jen's glasses again. Please put on those glasses. Hang on. Jen's glasses. Hey, here we go. There we go. Here we go. Hey everybody, how you doing? It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. How's it going? Are you having a good day today? It's Friday, and the markets are going up, and I'm all on your 65-inch television right now. Here I am, baby. Yeah!
Those things are so creepy.
Oh, they are creepy, all right. Oh my gosh, Jen loves those. Whew, scary stuff.
We have more than got $1 worth of pleasure out of those.
We have got more than $1 worth of pleasure out of that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Anti-PC and an orange spray on tan. I read someone used the wrong word for cul-de-sac and used the phrase nom de plume. Nom de plume. Nom de plume.
That's your running.
Oh man, I love this. Help me now. I'm canceling my subscription. Anti-PC says, wife can ride on top of the RV manning the harpoon. Wear them glasses a day, hey lady. You made the baby cry, Uncle Bruce. Uncle Bruce gets no respect. No respect, I tell you. You need to wear those glasses when you're eating your bagel. This might be the boost the market needs. I am traumatized, says Papa Gamer. I'm traumatized. Slayer, but Bruce, you're on my 4K HD phone only. Larry, I love Friday, Uncle Bruce. I start to get ready for the amplifiers. This Slayer. BW, hello there, Mrs. Nesbitt. Fancy meeting you here. Larry Titus, Friday, Uncle Bruce is best. Dana, Family Garden, great suggestion. Drops Family Garden skits, says Kayla. Oh man. SoFi, $14. Matterport, $14.06. Oh, we're trying to go higher. We're trying. $153.96 on GameStop, up $1.06. We're up 7 cents on ATIP, $3.78. We're up 24 on 23andMe. We're up 25 on 23andMe to 828. 828. Oh, we're only 4 cents away from the high today on 23andMe. Come on. We're down 2 cents on Fifth Wall. We're down 6 cents on Vector. We're down 16 on Spire. We're down 13 on Sector. Oh, guys are killing me with these little cuts. IBM up 59 cents. Oh, boy. Dow up 168. Oh, man. 829 on 23andMe. 835 on 23andMe. It just popped right through like a hot knife through butter. Through soft butter. 23andMe went through 832, 33, 34, 835 on 23andMe. 836. What is happening with 23andMe? It is exploding right here, right now, live. 461,000 shares traded. 836. What's going on with 23andMe? It's moving. Come on, baby. Keep it going. Don't be stopping now. Don't you be stopping on me now. 1407 on Matterport. 1401 on SoFi. What is happening? Whew, I keep buying Matterport, says DJ Mike, at 14 and selling at 15. I'm on around 3 and it just keeps going back and forth, growing in my account. There you go. You ride it. Bruce, next week you start every day with those glasses. Would you do that, please? Bruce, your daughter must be so proud. Oh man, dinners at the Frommers must have been the party house when she was school aged. All I can tell you was that when she was school aged, all her pals loved coming over all the time. They loved hanging out at our house. Hanging out with Auntie Jen and our daughter. Auntie Jen was one of the popular school moms to hang out with. Yeah. 840 on 23andMe. 840. What is going on with 23andMe here? It's surging now. My God, Matterport's dropping at 1398. SoFi 1402. Like, what's happening? Oh, anti-PC. Oh my God, please keep going, ME, please. Larry, at least start tonight's trivia with the glasses. Michael M. Harmonica. I got the SoFi blues. 839, 840 on 23andMe. We do not know what is causing the move, but we take it. We're taking it. 1392 on Matterport going under attack here. We're up 8 cents on ATIP. We're GameStop only up 50 cents now. SoFi at 1402. A little rotation. We're up 155, 156 on the Dow. Little back off there. What is going on, man? What is going on? That was a sign why you didn't start it earlier to YouTube this. So why didn't you start earlier to YouTube this? Michael laughing out loud. Love Uncle B, says Michael. Thanks you guys. We try.
Maybe you should grow a mustache, or we'll tattoo a mustache on. What do you think?
Tattoo one on me, like permanently.
Or
like we'll try to permanently put a tattoo on you forever.
We'll put like a little what do they call them?
Pencil.
A little, a sticker thing.
It's scary around here. It's really scary. There are plans being done for my facial features that I am not aware of, and I'm afraid, very afraid.
Yeah.
She's going to push me into radio in no time. I'll be a podcaster, yeah, okay. Go ME Go says anti-PC. What in the heck is wrong with that woman? Laugh out loud. She's evil. She's sinister. She hits. Got to be careful. One has to be careful around here. SoFi 1399, Matterport 1399, 1396. Go figure. Get a mustache tattoo on your pointer finger. There you go. And I can just do that. You see. There you go. Like there you go. Sure. Oh gosh. It was a sign that they like to be at your house. You both are lovely people, a lovely couple. Oh, it was a sign. They were always over. The daughter had no trouble, but she actually we had them come over more often than we needed. And then when they were allowed to drive, wow, they could drive over anytime. They didn't have to get dropped off by adults anymore, by moms and dads. So we saw that whole transition from junior high into high school, where those kids started driving over and visiting Jennifer Jr., hanging out with us. And then of course we had the opposite. We would take Jennifer Jr. to friends' houses and drop her off, and that was kind of cool because in those days when we lived in Palm Springs, California area, we had our daughter had friends of hers that were from very well-to-do families, and so we would drop her off at one of her friends' places, and that would be a $2 million house, and we're living in a condo that we're renting. That's a $250,000 condo. We're dumping her off at a $2.5 million house for dinner and hanging out. And then I would be dispatched by Jennifer. She'd say, "Time to go pick up your daughter at the so-and-so's house." And okay, I hop in the vehicle and go through the gated community, go through the security guard, tell them where I'm going, and picking up my daughter. And to go up to these incredible homes with like 4-car garages, one garage for the golf cart, 3 for cars. Then the courtyard, then the house, and then you come into the house and folks welcome you. "Oh, come on in. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, we love your daughter. She's just so lovely. And so happy you let her come over here and spend time with her." Then I'm in the living room talking to the parents, and I'm just looking around at 20-foot vaulted ceilings, and I look out through the living room to the backyard where the patio is, and then a level lower is the pool. And a level lower is another patio area. That's got to be 1,500 square feet of patio area. And I realize it's all open. There's the inside of the house, and then there's the outside, and there's no barrier. And that's because they have these sliding glass panels that roll into the walls of the house, 15 feet high, 20 feet high, all powered. And you're going, "Oh my God, this whole house opens up. The whole side of the house opens to the outside because it's 70 degrees outside, and it's beautiful. And it's, oh my gosh, it's a whole other world." And here we are, just renting a condo on a golf course, being the polite Canadians we are. But boy, that was pretty cool to see that world for the years we were there. It's the bubble. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. It's one step from pencil mustaches to orange-sized bruises all over your body. It would be cool if Emmy was $13.99. Join the SoFi Matterport Club. That would be good. Carlos, Bruce, just do whatever they did in Nick Cage's Face Off, but with Richard Brandon's scalp. Flesh infection. Yes, Branson, these stocks need to recover. Sounds like a great way to invite bugs in. Funny enough, there was they of course had a house staff to constantly monitor everything. So during the day when those folks were out in the boot in the area, the house staff were using the pesticides and making sure there were no bugs anywhere. There were staff looking after everything. Pretty cool. It's a pretty cool world. Where are we at now? SoFi's 14, Matterport 13.95, 23andMe's 833. The Dow is up 143 right now. GameStop 154.15. ATIP up 8 cents to 379. Come on, let's go. You were the broker of brokers. Why were you not the ones in the $2 million house? I never said I was a very rich, successful broker. I was a broker. I thought at the levels you made it to, you'd be in Michael Burry's league. Is that backdrop a facade from your yacht, Oh man, I had a lot of careers in my time. One of which was the brokerage career and offshore finance. But these folks had done rather well. Splair, that was 2 different worlds for your daughter too, for sure. Crazy what money can do to a house. Thanks for sharing your memories. I found that it would be really interesting when the well-to-do kids would come over to our place, and they would be completely comfortable in our place. They would be just hanging out with our daughter, because they hung out with her and her personality and her charm and her just her outlook. I mean, there was no they didn't feel any special in any way different being in their homes versus our homes. They certainly didn't look down on us or anything like that. They were just happy to be hanging out with the 3 of us, because we're different. We were so different than the Valley, than that whole region. We were unlike any other family in the area, because we were not from there. We didn't grow up there. We'd been in the Cayman Islands. We're from Canada, and we traveled. And they're looking at us like, you are the most interesting three people we've ever met. Oh, I've never met a father like this father, this guy, this Uncle Bruce father. There's no other dad like you in the schools with all those kids. None of the dads are like this dad. The moms, like this mom over here, there is no other Auntie Jen like that at these schools. So we stood out.
And I remind all you parents, your kids tell other people about you. Oh,
That's right. Your kids tell other people about you. Exactly right. And so we would come to the school. Like I'd come to school and pick up my daughter, and she would not be embarrassed to be standing by me. None of that sort of stuff. Where some of her friends did not want the parents to come into the school, into the quad, stay in the parking lot, and I'll come out to you. Where with us, we parked the car, we could walk in there, and I'd say hi to the admin staff, and then come into the quad. The kids are coming and going at the end of the day, and a whole bunch of the kids would just come up to me and start talking to me, like, "Oh, hello there, sir. How are you doing? And what's happening? And are you going to come to the football game this weekend?" I'd just be surrounded by all these high schoolers. They're all just like I'm a buddy. No other parents had that going on. Virtually none. It was interesting, and with Jen always being at the school as a volunteer mom, she was just one of the most loved people at the school. And the kids just really loved meeting up with her and saying hi to her. We were considered cool. Our daughter would look at us and just not understand it. Understand, why are you guys cool? You're just my mom and dad. But then as she got older, she would realize you are completely different than all the parents around here. You're so different. But then we are, with our background, that's the way we were, and that's the way we're being. And what can I say? It's just what it is, what it is. It worked. There's a house for sale with 400 acres in Mesa, Colorado that is all marble inside with 5 rooms and 5 baths. Come on, AMC. Okay, I'm back for my morning stand-up. Good morning, Carter. Dana, not the bugs that worry me. It's the rats. Yeah, there weren't any out there. Too many cats around. I made myself Mexican eggs because I don't have a Jen. Oh, okay. Uncle Bruce spent it all on cocaine. That's why he doesn't have any money. I think it was around that time. Laugh out loud, Carter. I think you mean Latinx. I don't know what this means. Papa, so Uncle Bruce, what are you saying is when we all moon, we're going to move into the desert together and start a stock market version of Silicon Valley. We'll rule the world. Carter, all of my friends tell me my son and I are cool, Dad, but he doesn't believe them. Nelson, you and Jen are still the coolest. What wasn't Brian? Just wanted to hear more of your backstory. Of course, you were different to her friends. You had hair and smelled of bagels. What's not to like about that? I mean, the guy had it all, Oh man. Yeah. Well, I had the experience of dealing with a lot of younger kids because I'd had a couple of retail stores. The one retail store I had in the 90s selling sports cards and comic books. So I had all the young males coming into my store that were 10 to 25 years old, and years and years of exposure to these kids. Now in high school, there they are. There are my clients. These were my clients when I was running my store. So I knew how to, converse with them a little bit. And I was more than happy to talk to them about what was going on in their world. I'd look at a young guy and I'd say, well, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? Do you want to rock or what? And they go, oh man, no adult talks to me like this. This is kind of cool. The teachers don't even talk to me like that. So I would just talk to them at the level and ask, are you going to you got any great concerts coming up you're going to in LA? You're only an hour away from LA, hour and a half. And they'd, oh yeah, we're going to see this group. We're going to do that. And oh yeah. And what college are you going to go to? Do you have any thoughts? And they were amazed that an adult would want to talk to them about what they wanted to talk about rather than what I wanted to talk about. And they were reacting to that. And with Jen, the same thing. And they'd go to our daughters and say, your parents are so cool, man. They're really cool. Just kind of don't walk in there with your sitting on a throne, just be a normal person. It's kind of cool. Anyway, I like how they did a survey and everybody wanted to be called Mexican and nobody liked Latinx. Hey, Let's ungender a gendered language. Oh, okay. You are yourself. That's making you both great for sure. You are still cool. Otherwise, we wouldn't follow you both. I hope today I catch the trivia. And that's tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, live trivia for members of this channel and TWB. 7 o'clock Eastern will be on tonight for trivia. Looking forward to having you come over there. We'll have some fun with that for sure. 14 on SoFi, 13.93 on Matterport, 23andMe, 834. That's where we're at right now. The Dow is up 147 at the moment. That is where we are hanging here at the moment. Cheers to all of you. Oh, yes, indeed. Ah, my goodness gracious me. What is happening in the markets? Fifth wall unchanged. Vector down 6. Spire down 16. Cyxtera down 19. Vanik up 90. Home Depot up 379. IBM up 73 cents. Dow is up 139. Microsoft up 791. Apple up $1.30. Tesla up 438. We got green. A lot of green here. What we're looking at the moment. Better than this past week for sure. Will it hold is the question. We got up to this, just under 35,100 on the Dow. Now we're at 35,024. We're still up 130. Will we climb again, or will we begin to give it all back? This is the question of this market. Anyway, Uncle Bruce has no idea about the culture war references we make in the chat. I have no idea. I have no idea. Out of touch with you guys. Smoothway. Hey, Bruce, I pocketed $4.16 a share. Closing my GameStop 180 August 27th contract early and rolled them into 175 March 9's. September 9th. Sorry, at 2.6% per week is a very nice return. Excellent job. Pocketed 416, and now you've written that for the next week. There you go. That is excellent. That is really excellent. $4.16 a share for a week, holding GameStop every week. How many shares have you guys got? The 100? That's $416 a week. You got 500 shares? That's 2,000 plus a week. You got 1,000 shares? That's 4,000 a week. Do you make 200,000 a week a year on your job? 4,000 a week on 1,000 shares. It's a good return on your money. Yes, excellent job. Well done. I watched, just on an odd chance Jen starts giving Uncle Bruce a few smacks. It's all fun and games till it happens to me. Carter, I hit Bruce with a few Star Wars references that I just knew would kill. All misses. You didn't get any of it. You didn't understand a single reference. There are a lot of things I don't get. If you're going to give me Ghostbusters references, you're going to give me Back to the Future references. You're good. My favorite year. You're going to give me my favorite year references. You're a winner. Radio days, you're a winner. But you start giving me references on the Matrix and other stuff, you've lost me, man. I'm 65. Okay, give me a break. Get back to the 80s, 90s. Help me out. 70s, 80s, 90s. You got to come with me now. Help the old guy get through here. It's not easy for me. 154.88 on GameStop, up $1.98. Go GameStop, go. ATIP 381, up a dime. Up a dime on ATIP, up a dime. Oh my. Okay. Yes. Snakes lay eggs. Snakes lay eggs. I hate snakes. Don't like snakes. Carter. Bruce gets markets. There you go. Lobo. 1982 best year in movies ever. Michael. Where are we going? We don't need where we're going. We don't need roads. We don't. Watching Uncle B is stock market nostalgia. Back to the Future, best movie ever. DJs, 80s all the way, best generation for music. 1984, The Matrix was 1999. Yeah, just smooth way. Careful with the upcoming earnings on the GameStop call. Well, we'll see. Barely 90s, but still 90s. There you go. That's it. Oh wow! Oh yeah, we're Jen was mentioning a radio show she was listening to, and they were playing a song from the '80s, Hall & Oates, and then we looked it up on the on my phone yesterday afternoon. This is the thing that blows my mind again about this time in our lives. Jen and I are from, we met in the 70s. And, here we are. I do my 2 shows with you guys, and we have to do some running around here in town. And we head to Timmy's and grab a coffee. We go to our favorite lookout place near town here. And she's telling me this story about Hall & Oates, this song that was a Method of Love, I think it was called. And Method of Love. And I'm going, that sounds familiar, but I can't get the music track going. So I look it up on my phone in my car, wirelessly in my car. I'm looking up Google, and I find the video and I play the video. And I'm looking, oh wow, here's a video from 1985 or 84, whatever year it was. And we're watching the big hair, Hall & Oates, lots of dry ice from a saxophone coming out, and we're laughing and just going down memory lane, going, wow, look at this. Here's a video it was a cutting edge music in the 80s, and here we are looking at it on a phone in our car, 5 miles out of town, without any interruption. The video played seamlessly, smoothly, not a glitch. Color. I mean, that's the other. It's color. We had black and white TV when we were kids. Here's our hand telephone showing a video in color of Hall & Oates, of a long forgotten song. And we're just going, wow, I remember when this was like the latest music to come, because it was MTV. It was the MTV, beginning of the MTV rule. Yeah, we were chortling down memory lane there. Amazing. Snakes are awesome. You just have to mention them and you can get people to curl up laughing out loud. Carter, you bet he does, but selling covered call limits your upside during violent price action if you think that's on the table. But the income is great. I'm selling covered calls on my boring stocks. I look at it this way. Let's say you write covered calls for a year and you bring in $50,000 to $200,000 in income in that time frame. And then a year, after the year, a stock that you write a covered call on takes a shot, goes up $50 a share, and you miss out on a $30 move or a $40 move. So what? Like, okay, so I missed out on a $40 move, but I'm going to still keep writing contracts. I got bought out, I got taken out, I got cash. I'm just going to buy something back, keep writing contracts. This is my income source. This is my way of being self-employed and not being beholden to the man anymore. You can go and find or try to find the home run ball all the time, of course. And there are YouTubers out there who will tell you they know exactly which stock is the home run ball, and they'll tell you why and when, and then they'll come up with excuses when it doesn't happen, and it doesn't happen, and it doesn't happen, and it doesn't happen. But in the meantime, some of you are listening to me going, I'm going to do what he's talking about. I'm going to write calls. I'm going to write contracts and let these depreciating calls make me money. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to guess the direction of the market per se. I don't have to be totally correct. I can be half right and still make money doing this. Thank you very much. I'm gonna work this. I'm gonna do this option depreciation business. I'm on the side of the casino. I'm gonna be the casino. And some of you have figured it out that you can bring in 500 a week, 800 a week, 1,500 a week, 2,000 a week, and more, just writing in the money or out of the money contracts with high premiums that are good for like 12, 14 days, and watch them shrink to nothing with 4 days to go, 2 days to go, a day and a half to go. You watch them just shrink out, and you buy them back and you write new ones, and you're constantly taking the depreciation, the price collapse, the collapse of value of these time values. This is how you can make a living doing this, a good living on your own at home, without having to go to an office, without having to commute everywhere, each direction, without having to work with fellow people who are not necessarily the best to be with, whatever issues you have at work, whatever they are. Sometimes it's a way to get away from relatives, because some of you are stuck with your careers with relatives. And if only you could get away to be on your own. Well, here's something to investigate. That's what these classes I've done are all about. Check out number 1, check out class number 2, number 3. Just watch them at your leisure. You will quickly figure out that the cost of my lessons are so cheap compared to what you can generate from them. You're going to go, I should have watched these the minute he did them. Check it out. SoFi 1402, Matterport 1397, GameStop 154.12. Money on the table being handed to you by the option players left, right, and center. And you can buy just right calls. You can do spreads, credit spreads. You can do butterfly spreads. Very little risk. I mean, less than $100 of risk or $200 of risk, and yet you can make $400, $800, $1,000 upside with less than $100 of risk. I like the odds. If you're dead wrong, completely wrong, you lose $100. You blew it. You were completely wrong. You didn't get wiped out. You lost $100. Try again next week. Try 5 positions at the same time. 5 $100 spreads on 5 different stocks. You can do that. There's so many ways to play this option market. Check out the lessons I put out there and investigate it for yourself. Yes, look into it. Not to get all fuzzy, but watching you encourages me to call my dad more often than I did before your show. He's 70. Thanks for being you. Now, that is cool. I really, that is the best comment of the day right there. That is number one, because you can't call them after they're gone. That's the cruelty of time. Once you lose them, you lost them forever. And there are people out there who would really like to hear from you. All of you out there, you all have people out there who would love to hear from you. And just giving them a surprise phone call when they least expect it can make their day. You have no idea the power of a phone call to someone you haven't seen in a while, or someone you see once a week on a set day, but you call them 3 days early just to say hi. They love it. They are blown away. People you haven't seen in years. Yeah. And then those closest to you. Yeah. Calling your kids or having your kids call you, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, whomever, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. This is big stuff. This is huge. It's not only good for the person receiving the call, it's good for the caller, because there's only so much time you're together on the planet at the same time. And then the wheels just keep going forward, and you're still here and others are gone. And I find that as every year goes by, there are more and more people I wish I could call that I can't call anymore. And it really makes me angry. It really frustrates me, because there are some people I would really like to talk to and just shoot the breeze. I miss them, and can't go back. You can't. And you never know when the time is up. That's the cruelty of it too. You don't know if they are someone you care about dies of old age, or just didn't wake up this morning. You don't know when this happens. So do that. Good one, AZ, and I love that. Out of Touch was so lovely, a song from Hall & Oates. Hi, AZ and Danny. Uncle Bruce, Hall & Oates, one of the best of all time. Check out Rich Girl. They just performed on Kimmel. Daryl Hall's one of the best of all time. 5 miles out of town. Sounds like Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen were hanging out where the kids hang out at night. No, this is not one of those kinds of places. Unfortunately, no, it's not that quiet. Right on the highway, very busy, but a nice little view from there. Carlos, yep, well aware. Thanks. Michael, MTV just turned 40. Thanks for 14 years of music. Wow. It's mind-blowing to that. In Color was an actual bullet point when talking about TV. In Color, yeah. I remember I used to see, like, you watch ABC at night, and they would have a promo like, tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern, Mannix takes on, blah, 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 In Color. Because they still had shows broadcasting in black and white and in color up until about the 70s, and then it was all color from then on. Yes, color was a VistaVision, Panavision. Oh yes. Smart TV. Did you know that the OAT system is what currently monitors and tracks trades? It's garbage, and it'll be replaced with the Cats Wonder. Roaring Kitty and Mimi started in 2017. It was in the news. Yes, Bruce, it's that simple. Drop. I've actually been self-employed, working at home for over 20 years, Uncle Bruce. I'm just adding trading to my freelancing. I mostly code. Do IT and stuff like that for my home. Maybe want to retire and just trade. There you go. Carter, tell half the people in some email list the ticker will go up, and the other half that it'll go down. Do that 5 times, and the people who saw it will make all the right picks. Will think you're a market god. There you go. That is cool. Danny says, Andy, calling my folks today. Surprise! Broker, call them while you can. Lost both folks this last year and in January. When they're gone forever. Forget the money. I'm here for the therapy. Joshua, what's up with the Matterport and SoFi trying to be pricing twins? 1401 on SoFi, 14 on Matterport. It's a race. There was a girl from this. No, there was a girl from I was friends with who messaged me a few years ago, and we remained in contact for a few weeks till I left for a job and lost contact again. Then found out last year she died of cancer. See, this is how this works, and it's not fair, and it's not right, and it's brutal, and it's sudden, and it's final, and there are no takebacks, and there's no saying I'm sorry, and there's no saying I miss you, or I'm sorry I didn't call you when I should have called you. Yeah, and birthdays come and go, anniversaries come and go, days come and go, and you can't let it pass you by. So. Yeah, pick up the phone, send a text, send an email, send a picture of yourself, a selfie of yourself, just looking at them going, miss you. How you doing? Hope you're doing all right. We're doing good. Anything like that, it means the world to people. It really does, especially in these times. Who's cutting onions in here? Hi, Carter Cole, says Andy. Yeah, when they're gone, and it's too bad. Yeah, it's amazing. It is life, and the older you get, the more of it you have to deal with. And oh man, I don't like it. No, don't like it at all. 1401 on SoFi, 1403 on Matterport, 828 on 23andMe. The Dow's up 171, coming on again. We're up 5.9 on S&P. We're up 130 on Nasdaq, and there's where we're at right there. Wow, how are we doing on the show? We've got 362 thumbs ups. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. Appreciate it so much. Keep them coming in if you can. Maybe we can hit 400 thumbs ups on today's show. That would be a really good thing. Thank you, all of you, for this tremendous support, your kind words, being members, and everything else. Love you to death, guys. Thank you. 366 now. They're coming in. Here come the thumbs. Here they come. 366 on the upside. 370, baby. 370 thumbs up. They're coming in. 371. There's another one. Gotta love that. Thank you, everybody, for helping out and getting me up there. 373. We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. Let's see. One of my students asked me where were you young when the TV was in a big tree box in the middle of the room? Then I said yes, and the screen was black and white. Oh man, I remember a friend of my father's. We used to call him Uncle Harry. He lived with us for about 4 or 5 years. Single guy, never married. Man, never married. He moved into our house, and he had a 22-inch television, but it wasn't one of those wooden boxes. It was a quasi portable, but not portable. It didn't have a handle on it, but it was more like a monitor kind of thing. This is 1969, but he had a remote control, and I remember this clunky remote control unit that had, I think it had a C battery in it or two. It weighed about a half a pound, and it had an on-off button, and it had a channel up button and a channel down button, and I don't know if it had volume. I'm not sure if it had. It didn't have mute, didn't have last channel, and it didn't allow you, like from 0 to 9, it didn't allow you to put in a channel. You had to literally manually click the TV up or down. And I remember when the adults were home, when my mom and dad were home, Uncle Harry was home, none of us as children were allowed to touch the remote. Not allowed to touch it. Only Dad and Uncle Harry and my mom would be able to touch the remote. Yeah, those are the days. And that's true. And that was a black and white 20-inch or 22-inch television. My father bought our first color television in 1971. 26-inch wooden box TV, and it did not have a remote. It did not come with a remote. It was a color television, 26-inch, I think, which was the largest at the time available, more or less. And that television, we were allowed to change the channels, but we weren't allowed to just go from 3 to 9. You couldn't go 6 clicks over. You had to go one at a time to not break the dial, because these are mechanical things. And as you twisted them, they would slowly break apart. Sure enough, though, about every 8 months, 6, 8, 9 months, the TV repairman would come over and repairs would be made. A new dial would be installed, or a tube would be replaced. And I think it might have been by the time we got the color TV, it was a transistor type unit, so there were no tubes anymore. But even so, you still needed the TV repairman. There was no humming anymore. Not necessarily, although there was still humming. But those were days, man. Oh man, you could not just touch the television. There's a snake in the plane, Jacques. A snake. Oh, that's just my old pal Reggie. Relax. I hate snakes, Jacques. I hate them. Signed, Indiana. Carter. Uncle Bruce used to get up for no less than 1,000 thumbs. Well, that's true. We used to. What's a tree box? Tree box. It's amazing. I'm only 42, and some of the guys from high school, who I thought were super fit and all that died from heart attacks or other random things 10 years ago. I have said it was crazy. I know. I was shocked when I was in my 30s that guys were dying. That fellow 30-year-olds were dying. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. Clicker technology is crazy. Multi dog. Those great big TV entertainment consoles. I just to pick them up by myself and load them in a van when I had a TV VCR computer repair shop. They were heavy, especially the ones with the tubes. Man, you'd need 2 people to carry the television with the stereo in it, the record player, the stereo, and the TV. Those would be 150 pounds. Heavy as can be. Oh, man. I see. Drop the TVs even heavier. We had one of those battery-powered portable televisions with the cigarette lighter adapter we used to watch on long road trips when I was a kid, sitting in the bed at my dad's El Camino. I remember friends of mine would have they would have a cottage in Northern Ontario, and in the cottage they didn't have cable, and so an absolute luxury in Northern Ontario would be to have a television in the cottage, because they would go up for like a month. It would be like a whole month out of the house up to the cottage country, and no TV. And then they would buy. Mom and Dad would spring for a portable television that would be on one of those. You remember those wire stands with the plastic wheels? Remember those? And the TV would be like a 19-inch screen. It would be a plastic case that the television was in, no remote, and it would have the bunny ears out of the back, like the big V, because you didn't have aerials, you didn't have antennas, so you had to pick up the whatever TV station you could in the area, and that in Northern Canada that would be CBC television. Maybe one station, Radio Canada, the French version, or maybe you'd get a local TV station if you're near Timmins or Sudbury, Ontario, or North Bay or something like that. Good luck. So to watch anything on television. I remember a distinct memory was in 1968. I think it was 1968. Just thinking here, 68, 69. Probably 69. My dad had just bought his new Ford Econoline van, and he had a trailer hitch on it, and he was pulling his tent trailer behind him. And we went up north for a trip, which my father for him, it was a selling musical instruments trip, because he was a traveling salesman. And we took the van with us instead of him taking the Volkswagen, saving money on gas. The whole family's piled into the van, and we went up to Geraldton, Ontario, north of Thunder Bay by 2 hours, 3 hours. That's up there. That's way up there. He had a customer there, had a music store, and they had a home on the lake that they lived in all year round. And we would sleep in the tent trailer. They had this giant parking area that could handle like 15 cars. It was a big clearing in front of their house. So my dad would set up the tent trailer, and we'd be in the trailer every night. And my dad and my mom and the husband and the wife and another husband and wife, they would be drinking every night and smoking cigarettes and telling stories and just having a wonderful time in the house while the kids were asleep at 8 o'clock at night because we're bagged running around like crazy. Anyway, Sunday night. It was a Sunday night. Never forget it. It was just coming up to about 8 o'clock Eastern time. And the sun was just going down. And I was walking outside of the house, this really nice house, past the living room window. And I saw a reflection coming from the window as I was approaching it. It was the television. And I looked into the house. It was a color television. In 1968, they had a color TV. And Ed Sullivan was on. The Ed Sullivan Show. I had never, ever seen the Ed Sullivan Show in color before. I'd only ever seen it in black and white. And I stood outside the window. I was just gay. I was mesmerized. The curtains were different colors depending on the act. They had red curtains, blue curtains, green curtains, pink curtains, orange curtains. Every act that had a different background was, wow. It was always gray. Dark gray or light gray. It was always gray. Ed Sullivan with flesh tones, although makeup made him look a lot better than he probably did in real life. Wow. Black suit with a white tie and a super white shirt and flesh tone. And then whatever musical actor was or whatever it was, Ed Sullivan in color. And I think that evening, it was either before that show or after the show, Bonanza in color. Bonanza in the Wild West of the U.S. Yeah, it was a Hollywood lot. Bonanza in color. Oh, man, did that have an impact. I was 12, 13. And I was just going, man, oh man, these folks are rich. Like they have got money. They had one channel. Maybe they had cable out there by that time. I don't know. But they probably had a Sirius antenna system. They probably got 3 stations. But Sunday night, color. TV was in color. The Wonderful World of Disney in color. Bonanza in color. Ed Sullivan in color. Oh, yes. I remember when TVs had a second knob for like UHF or whatever it was. Yes, I remember that. Oh, I know more than 300 pounds. You were the remote, Bruce. That's right. I actually fixed some tube TVs, says Drop Family. That's right. I would be the remote. I was my mom's remote, says Multi-Dog. Plastic knobs, nothing a pair of vice grips couldn't fix. When I was a kid, my dad used me as the remote. I would stand next to the TV, and he would say next, and I would turn the dial to the next channel. That's right. We used to get boxes full of those dinosaurs at Best Buy from customers turning them in, totally fine TVs, just giving them away. Multi-Dog. Oh, and remember, you had to tune it in. Our antenna on the roof, big time. Will the SoFi app getting their bank charter will be what allows them to have options trading on their app? I don't know if the charter is needed for that. I don't know if they need the bank charter to do options. Yeah, the TV remote was known as the clicker. That's right. SoFi is already working on adding options. I think it takes some time. That El Camino had power back then. Laugh out loud. It was a great car until the age hit it. Yeah. Need a broker's license to allow trading. Bank charter is for holding assets, maybe some kinds of lending, right? I remember the days of maybe 2 to 3 stations on the TV. Yep, laughing out loud. I had to be away for a few months because of work. I kept my membership here because I really believe in Uncle Bruce teaching skills, and I want Happy to find you broadcasting. There you go. I need to watch Blazing Saddles again now. Oh, yes. Thank you, Broker, for being here. BW, see, that is why all of the carpal tunnel issues Boomers and Gen Y have, all that manually turning of TV dials. Can we sue Zenith and RCA? Are they even around anymore? I remember using a TV guide to know what was on TV that week. I remember looking at the paper to see what's going on. Anyone remember using a coat hanger to replace the antenna? Laugh out loud. Oh, yes. Oh, the antenna with tin foil. Yes, the rabbit ears with tin foil. Oh, my gosh. Mark Blue Skies. Hi, Anti-PC. How you been? Gio Franco. Love the TV guide. The beginning of the week, it would be all smooth and beautiful. And at the end of the week, it would be all ratty and all gunked up. It got food stains on it. Oh, yeah. Don't forget dialing a rotary telephone. Oh, yes. Miss one number. Got to start over. That's right. The second last number you screwed up, you got to start all over again. Thank God we didn't have to use area codes back then. Uncle Bruce, I have some SoFi 1750 calls for September 17th expiration. They were way up before earnings. I held them. Now they're way down. Should I cut my loss at this point? They're worth 120 or so now. What do I do with the SoFi? 1409 up 27 cents today. This stock is capable of running $1 or $2 a day every day for a week. You may as well stick around and see if they come back up. I don't know that number. Let me 411 it. Blazing Saddles was on a local TV a few weeks ago. Edited, obviously, it was from 8 to 8:07. It was on from 8 to 8:07. I played outside, so I couldn't be used as a remote control. Laugh out loud. Adjusting antenna. Happy days. Anti-PC doing well. I started school this week. Jonathan, I heard you say something about gunk. Where's Tony? Fenville, Anti-PC. How have you been? Been missing you here for the last few days. And Mark Blue Skies, Anti-PC. Nice. My father installed in 1968 in his house a brand new antenna that we attached to the chimney beside the house. And it went all the way up, and then it went up another 10 feet above that. And it was this massive 20-foot wide monster, 20 feet by about 8 feet. And it had a remote control to turn it. We could spin it up there. And the TV guy that installed it for him showed him just how good television could be, because now we could watch 7 channels instead of 3. Oh, man. And he would, on the dial, he had little stickers, and he would see channel 4, channel 6, channel 9. You turn it here, you get channel 9. Turn it over here, wait for the remote to get there, and you can tell when the remote is in place because the picture would show up. So you turn the TV to channel 9, and then you move the dial over to the number 9 position, and you watch the TV go from ghost and static to a clear picture. And there's channel 9. Oh, wow, look at that. Well, that was a cutting-edge technology, and then they came out with cable television, dude, like 1970, 71 cable TV. Game changer. Oh my gosh. The old antenna up there got all rusted out, and eventually it died, and then my dad had it taken away. Take it down and get rid of it, and it's gone forever. Oh my Lord. All the TV antennas disappeared in our neighborhood within a few years, except for the old rusted out ones that the guys wouldn't bother getting rid of. Oh, those are days. Yes. Easier times back then. Laugh a lot, waiting for your computer to call the internet, then finally connect it to AOL. You've got mail. Oh, yes. As great as all this technology is, life's so much better without most of it. We had a wired volume remote in the 50s. It had a 20-foot cord. Oh, the wired remote. Hi, Fenville. GameStop missing you too. Fenville, Uncle Bruce question for the SoFi $20 call ends today. Should I roll or just let it die? The $20 call today on SoFi is probably worthless, so you probably just let it die. Larry, area codes for major cities use low number because they take less time to dial on rotary phones. Exactly. Farmless, the whole scene in Back to the Future where he put wheels on the TV so they could watch Jackie Gleason. That was a luxury back then. Oh, yes, we can watch TV while we eat. And, of course, Marty's going, oh, I've seen this. I've seen this before. What do you mean you've seen this before? Oh, it was a rerun. What's a rerun? Yep, Mike, we had a wired remote on our first VCR. That thing cost like $800 back then, I believe it. We had one of those in 1968. It was called a Channel Master. A Channel Master. Wow, cables. Is your TV cable ready? Matterport is winning the race by 2 cents, 14.12 to 14.10. Go, you guys, go. 8.38 on ME. 8.38 up 35 cents. ATIP up 13 cents to 3.84. They're surging. Our stocks are surging. I had a remote control car on a wire, laughing out loud. Yep. The antenna thing is coming back for full reference. People doing helium mining. First morning, I haven't had a drink in a while. Auntie, now only 1 cent. Michael, British Shilling, yes, me too, haha. The old wire remotes, oh my gosh. SoFi's coming on. Go, SoFi, 14.10, let's go. I grew up as a military brat in England for a while, and I remember when English TV finally added their 4th channel. Yep, since the war, only 3 channels. That was back in 82, 85. They added a 4th channel in 82 to 85. Wow. The Geo, anyone have one of them block bricks for a mobile phone? Any one of those? I had one of those. British, I had a TV that said built-in antenna. I didn't even know where it was. I didn't know what that is. Built-in antenna. Yep. The old days way back when. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. I remember radios, the portable radios had those long antennas as well to bring in reception. And I remember one of my first cell phones had the pop-up antenna that went up about 6 inches on my cell phone. Remember those? Oh man, oh man, oh man. You Brits must have been jealous of our 30 plus channels. Michael, my aunt had a car phone. We all thought it was the coolest thing, a car phone or a car phone. Yeah, solid state. Oh, remember solid state televisions, solid state radios. Couldn't believe it. My father used to sell amplifiers that were had the tubes. Then they came out with solid state amplifiers. And you pick up an amplifier made with tubes, and it would be like 80 pounds. You pick up an amplifier solid state, 25 pounds. And you figured out, oh, guess what's going out of style? Guess what's not going to work anymore? The tube amps are out. The solid states are in. And the other thing you found is that you turned the tube amplifier on, and you plugged your guitar in, and you were playing your electric guitar, and there was no noise. It took like a minute for the tubes to warm up. And then the amplifier came on. Then you could hear it. We're solid state. You plug in the guitar, turn on the thing, and it's on instantly. Instant on. Televisions. You remember televisions when they were instant on televisions? When that happened, that was a game changer for televisions. Instant on televisions. My dad has a big bag phone sitting in his basement. Cable TV was like heaven. Farmless comment, I don't have a TV, but haven't watched it for 20 plus years. Do people still sell Hoover vacuums door to door? I don't know. Once I retire, I'll be getting a landline and ditching the cell phone. There you go. What was a what is a landline? That's what a landline would be. Yeah, wow. The phone hanging on the wall with a 6-foot cord.
She had that flip phone, the movie we saw last night of Best One's Way. With Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts, the old style phone, the flip phone, landline, right? What is a landline? Yeah, the old telephone. Yeah, you used to have 4 of them in the house. Anywhere in the house you were, you could answer the phone. Downstairs, upstairs, kitchen, bedroom, the living room, wherever you were, there was a phone. Always a phone. There's always a phone handy. We still have a vacuum repair shop in my hometown. Ash is falling from the sky here. Sorry to say, we are clear and gorgeous here. We are really clear and nice, thankfully. 1405 on Matterport, 1410 on SoFi. 384 up 13 cents on ATIP. 23andMe, 837 up 34 cents. Still 3 cents away from the high of the day of 840. I still have a landline. It's Vonage, though. Vonage. My aunt had one of them candlestick phones. I lost it in a move, so classic and rotary. Classic and rotary phones, yeah. Oh, those are the days, man. I remember when you could go to the phone store and you could pick out the phone you wanted. You bring back your own phone, old one, you get a new one, no charge, and it would come with a cable. And you plugged one end into the phone and the other end into the wall. Wow, and the cable would be 20 feet long. So you could plug the phone into the cable into the wall, and you could walk 20 feet holding the phone in your hand while you walked around the house a 20-foot distance. Game changer. I mean, man, oh man, that was incredible. Look at GameStop, 156.06. Go GameStop, up 317. Go GameStop. 837 on 23andMe, 1405 on Matterport, 1410 on SoFi. Come on, you guys. I remember the vacuum salesman came to our house. His demo was dumping a bucket of sand all over the floor. My mother was incensed. Well, it worked out, but we didn't buy it, but took the free case of soda. There's a video of some teens trying to make a call on a rotary phone. It's a riot. They don't know what to do. Mother-in-law has a landline next to her bathtub, bubble bath, and a convo. Geo, imagine taking notes on the candlestick phone, laugh aloud, holding the stupid microphone to your mouth and the other candle-like thing in your ear to listen. Andy Vector's vote must have come through. It just popped. Vector, go, baby. Vector, here we go. $10 share up from $9.90. Go, baby, go, baby, go. Spire down 14, Sixter down 32. $10 on Vector acquisition now. That's where we're at. Those long cords made it easy for the girls to secretly talk to their boyfriends, laughing out loud. Go into the bathroom, lock the door. That's right. Run the water so no one can hear what you're saying. Don't tease about Vector, Auntie. Don't tease. Geo, I've been waiting for VACQ to merge. Auntie PC's laughing out loud. $9.98 on Vector. There, it's going back. Fifth Wall up 2 cents. 23andMe, $8.37. Matterport, $14.04. ATIP up 13 of 384. GameStop 155.93. SoFi 14.10 up 28 cents. That's where we're at right now. We got the Dow up 197.98. High of the day right now. We're up 29 on S&P. We're up 141 on NASDAQ. Go, baby, go. Neat, neat, neat. The markets are going higher. We need it. We deserve it. We've earned it. We've been suffering all week here. It's been a long week. And we deserve much better markets than we've been getting for sure. Go, stocks, go, please. Renting VHS movies, if not rewound, it would cost you. My daughter just saw the screen and said, "Hi, Bruce." Austin, thank you, buddy. Hello, Bruce is here. 1406 on Matterport, 1410 on SoFi. They're up, but they need to go up more. I think they should go up much more. That was easy. That was easy. There was nothing to it. Markets are higher. We're going higher in the markets. Come on, let's go. So AMC still down $1.14. Robinhood down to $1.51. Oh my God, Be Kind Rewind. Remember that? Rotary phones definitely had a weird design. Dial softly, maybe it didn't click. Dial too hard, pinch a finger, so aggravating. That's true. I remember using a pencil or a pen in the dial instead of your finger, using the pencil or a pen. If you use the pencil with the rubber end on it, would get stuck, and sometimes you'd miss it, and it would screw up, and you had to start from scratch. So you always used a pen with a hard bottom because it would just slide on the bottom of the rotator. Oh, these are hints. Kids, you have no idea. You kids out there, you have no idea the hardship we used to go through. Oh, the hardships, walking uphill to school, walking uphill home, against the wind, each direction, and raining. Unbelievable hardship. If you had friends who had lots of zeros in the number, you just decided not to be friends. Don't copy that floppy, Larry would say. Michael, I loved when your finger slipped on the last number. Oh, you'd be so careful going into the last number. You'd be really careful to get it right because you didn't want to blow it. But you dial a number thinking you got it right, and it's wrong, and you don't know which number you got wrong, and you did it again. Oh, I hate that. Or you'd get a number given to you and be the wrong number. You dial it like twice, 3 times, and the person, "Nah, you still got the wrong number, man. You got the wrong number." Oh, no. There's actually a video on YouTube from AT&T showing how to use a rotary phone. No call waiting, no caller ID, just a busy signal. And guess who's calling? Let me burn you a mixtape. A mixtape. Oh, man. Let me burn you a mixtape. Oh, my gosh. Larry, I love it when Gen Z finds a third printed save icon. 3D printed save icon. Oh, my God. 1408 on SoFi, 1402 on Matterport, up 14 cents on ATIP at 385. ME 839 on 23andMe. We're going higher. Fifth Wall up 2, Vector down 4, Spire down 13, Cyxtera down 32, IBM up $1.10. IBM's up $1.10, up 192 on the Dow. Oh my gosh, we're trying to go higher. Everyone ever use Scotch tape over the holes in the cassette to record over it? You had a VCR, and you put the tape over top of the hole so that you could record on top of the, because otherwise you couldn't record on it. Oh my goodness. Let's see, if we rented a movie at Hollywood or Blockbuster for $2.99, if you didn't rewind it, you were charged $5. What a joke. I'd understand the charge the employees had to use a pencil to rewind it. They just had a machine, they just popped it in there, $5 charge. You have a collect call from Springfield Penitentiary. Do you want to accept the charges? Do they still do this? Question mark. I remember AT&T replaced our house phone with a push button phone because they were out of rotary ones, which were cheaper. We felt like bandits getting this new fangled thing for the same price. A touch telephone. Oh my gosh. A 1-800 call collect. Laughing out loud. If I bought 10,000 shares of ATIP a month ago, did I do well? Well, if you got them at 281, you did really well. What can I say? Oh, 1-800 call collect. Oh, my.
And you call collect to yourself so your parents would know you were alive. Yeah. Like you would make a collect call to Bruce and your mom would say, oh, he's not here right now, but she'd know you were alive.
That's right. Yeah, your parents would say, call us collect and we'll decline the charges.
Like call for yourself.
So you'd ask for yourself at home, and mom would pick up the phone and we have a collect call for Bruce. I'm sorry, he's not here. We can't accept the charges. Okay, and then we hang up, and then she knew he's alive and well. He tried to call.